umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
The Garden waited.
I think of the fans. They are just the best fans and the most loyal, and they've been through so much.
New York waited.
The 27-year wait is over. They will play for the Larry O'Brien Trophy.
The finals are here.
They haven't just been good. They haven't just been dominant. The Knicks have been completely unstoppable.
This is your home for the Eastern Conference champion New York Knicks and the NBA Finals. This is ESPN New York. This is your home for the Eastern Conference champion New York Knicks and the NBA Finals. WHSQ and WCBS FM HD2, New York.
Friday morning in the big city, 29th day of May, 2026. It is another edition of BNC Bart and Carlin, but today it's Bart and Dan here on ESPN New York at 800-919-3776. That is the telephone number. So here's what we know this morning. We know that we still don't have an opponent yet for the New York Knicks, as the Thunder and the Spurs are going to play game number 7 back in OKC on Saturday night. We also know that Mitchell Robinson had surgery for a broken pinky on his right hand, and his availability is TBD for the start of the finals on Wednesday against whoever it's going to be, Bart. But still, Knicks are the talk of the town, even though they don't play again for another handful of days. How the hell are you?
I'm good. So this means that no 8-ball corner pocket threes from Mitchell Robinson. That's pretty much what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying, yeah. I don't think Mitch is stepping out and draining them from the corner. That's unlikely.
And I don't know how important a pinky is to your free throws. Guess what? He's not a great free throw shooter anyway. I don't think it's going to stop his inability to go over the top and to be able to get lobs and things of that sort. But what it does is it gives a target. And in a run that has been relatively smooth, sailing, no turbulence at all, they finally hit their first patch. Not even knowing who they're going to play, but also with the fact that now Mitchell Robinson has something that people can target, and could be an issue, right? When you talk about what can be the matchups, Wemby could be Chet Holmgren, could be Hartenstein. So you're going to need your big man. You're going to need him healthy. Now I can't imagine a man so big. It's almost like an elephant stepping on a tack, right? I can't imagine something so small being so impactful. I think this is something that you're playing for immortality. You're playing for an opportunity. If the Knicks win a championship, Mitchell Robinson, a pending free agent, can act like he was super heroic. I don't really call this, Willis Reed walking out of the tunnel with some with no ACL, MCL, high on pain kills in the shot. But it is something that he can use for his negotiating powers, as it's going to be illuminated, because he's going to have to play such a big role in being able to put a body on Wemby or put a body on Chet, or be able to battle with Hartenstein underneath the bottom for rebounds and offensive rebounds and secondary shots. As either player, either team is going to probably maybe pull Cat away from the basket, because Chet can shoot the three. He's a guy that can handle the ball, a 7-footer. And also, Wemby is the alien who can do a bit of everything, but definitely pull Cat away from the paint. So offensive rebound and defensive rebound is going to be tough. But one thing that is for certain about watching OKC and the Spurs fight it out, the Knicks are going to have a much higher intensity. I mean, listen, they let those dudes play yesterday. I'm talking about they were hitting each other. They was like, nope, SGA, we don't care about these flopping. We going ahead. We're going to let guys play. And it was a physical brand of basketball, and it looked like teams were playing for their lives, but the intensity and the physicality is something that the Knicks haven't seen this playoffs.
No, you're absolutely right. And it's funny, too. Like last night's game, and we'll break it all down, of course, but last night's game, we were talking about it before the show. It's another blowout, right? Like, what is it about these playoffs? Like, we've had so many one-sided games. Doesn't matter what series, doesn't matter what conference, doesn't matter how good or mediocre either team is. Like last night, Thunder have a chance to go to the finals, and they get blown out on the road. Okay, credit San Antonio. They had to win to save their lives, but, now we get a game number 7. We all know what's happened in this series. And San Antonio stole the first game in OKC, but it took double overtime. It took a all-world performance by Victor Wembanyama to get it done. But if you're a Knicks fan, let's face it, this is the best possible outcome right now. I mean, having these two teams have to go out there and play a 7-game series, very physical, intense, and they're going to have, a couple of less days rest, so to speak, than the Knicks are going to getting ready for this series. Yeah,
but are they going to be in a sweet spot? Are they going to be in a sweet spot where it's just enough rest and just enough bit of staying in rhythm and being able – because we saw the Knicks struggle with that rest and go down 22 points to the Cavs. They can't afford to do that against either one of these teams. These teams are going to have an opportunity to get the rest. And, because of the finals, it's going to be breaks in between games as well. So I don't know if I want to lay my hat on, hey, we're the more rested team, because at this point I think it doesn't matter. Maybe with Wemby, because Wemby is a guy who's always kind of been on a minutes restriction, and now they're having to play it out, and this is the first time he's doing something, so sometimes he may seem fatigued, and we see that manifest itself when he doesn't come out as aggressive, and he's settling for the three-pointers. But, man, this is also going to test a guy like Cat, who last year we thought struggled with keeping up with the pace of play when they had to go against the Indiana Pacers, and falling down and complaining about calls, having to get up because these big men are going to get out and go.
And this was like that. I mean, that was like another universe when you talked about what happened last year. Like just with that Indiana series and how things fell apart then versus what we've seen this year. The Knicks regular season versus what we've seen in the playoffs feels like another lifetime ago. Like, it's incredible. You mentioned though with the layoff. And maybe it's just enough time for whoever wins this game tomorrow, OKC or San Antonio. It's funny you bring that up, and the Game 1 start against the Cavaliers and how the Knicks buried themselves in that 22-point deficit that they had to crawl out from in the second half. Here was Mikal Bridges. I'm going to play this for you real quick. Mikal Bridges yesterday after practice talking about having another long layoff getting ready for the finals.
Yeah, I think just more mentally, understanding the time we had off, second time going around it, knowing that, okay, we just got to pick it up. But I think it helps even just being on the road a little bit, being in a hostile environment. That should just get the mind set right off the jump anyway.
See, that's the difference, right? And that's why I played it for you, because I didn't really think about that. All three of these series that the Knicks have had, they've had home court advantage. They're not going to have home court advantage here. So if you want to attribute any sort of rust or layoff that this team might have before the finals, well, difference is they're going to be on the road. It's going to be a hostile environment. So, everybody's coming for you in that building. Maybe that allows them to lock in a little bit more and not fall into one of those lapses early in Game 1.
Okay, how did that help OKC yesterday lock into that environment where you got the role players playing at a high level too? You had guys coming in first quarter. I mean, they hit, 9 of 10 threes? Like, they were on fire. So, it's great that you're on the road and it's us against the world, but you got to think a young team, could start off nervous if it's the Spurs on the road, trying to figure things out. Dylan Harper, Castle, all young guys. They're going to feel emboldened and happy and proud and ready to go playing in familiar territory, right? So that's giving both teams in the Western Conference an opportunity to kind of ease their way into the playoff intensity and also being comfortable. So I don't know if I'm going to use that as an advantage for the Knicks, that they're going to come out, shoot on unfamiliar rims, and maybe, they come out with the intensity. But then did you see the intensity and the injury in the arena yesterday for the Spurs? Just imagine if those guys – because, listen – everything is going to be challenged. You talk about driving lanes, passing lanes. Everybody's attentive. And you got a deep team as well, when you talk about the Spurs and OKC that has the championship pedigree. Remember, the Knicks are the ones who've never been here before. Now, I know Cat's been here before, but a lot of guys have never been here before. Bridges has been here before,
Bridges been there with Phoenix, not Cat.
Yeah, it didn't go so well.
No, because that was that Phoenix-Milwaukee series, right.
Correct, where Wemby came back with the vibranium.
Giannis.
Yeah, Giannis came back with the vibranium, you know what I mean, from the knee injury, the hyperextended knee. So, listen, it's going to be tough sledding regardless. Mitchell Robinson injury, who knows if that really plays a role. He's going to play with the brace. But, if this series gets chippy, and I have to go back and look at some of the Spurs games and see if it was chippy, because they played each other 3 times. They played each other for the cup. Let's see if it got chippy, but, it's definitely going to get chippy because this is a bold group when you talk about the Spurs and we talk about guys like Dort and Hartenstein on the other side who who was about that smoke too, because at the end of the day, you didn't pay me, and yeah, I know you couldn't have paid me, and he left and took more money, but he's won a championship. He knows he's not going to be back in OKC more than likely because of the obligations they're going to have to pay to pay players. So he's trying to get two so he can hit the free agency and cash in on his Plinko chip.
Well, and the thing is, too, like, you know, I was on yesterday right when the news broke with Mitch about this injury. And what you're thinking about, it's like, all right, worst case scenario, if he has to miss any time, if he has to miss a game, whatever it is in this series, which we still don't know. But right now, you know, you hope that that's not the case. Just because he didn't factor in much to the Cleveland series, this is a different matchup altogether in the finals. Either one of these teams. Obviously, we know what San Antonio brings with Wemby. OKC, you know, with Hartenstein, with Chet Holmgren, you got some 7-footers there that you're going to need a Mitchell Robinson to pull his weight around in this series. Knicks got away with not really having him be a factor at all against Cleveland. He was essentially unplayable, playing like 12, 13 minutes a night. That's not going to be the case here in the finals. So any version of Mitchell Robinson, they're going to use that to their advantage. Heck, even if he's out there essentially as somebody who's going to, you know, use 6 fouls or whatever it is, like if that's what the game plan calls for. He's going to suit up. He's going to play because, you know, let's go back to before even this season. What was the MO about Mitchell Robinson in his whole career? It was what?
The free throws?
No, he couldn't stay healthy.
Oh, yeah.
Right? I mean, like, think about it. He was always injured. And you said it at the beginning of the show. Dude's playing for a contract now when this is all said and done. The Knicks training staff have done a great job all year making sure he's healthy. He never played both ends of a back-to-back. And now, funny enough, it's something like this where, you know, it looks like he injured it on that play where they all went down to the court for the loose ball and, you know, something happened. So something that you can't really plan for from a training staff and in between games and load management, it happens. It's basketball. It's physical, whatever. But now this is something that he's going to have to be there for his team because you play your entire career with a chance to go to the NBA Finals and win 4 more games to get a championship. So, look, I don't know anything as far as, you know, where it stands with the finger. I would be shocked, though, if he isn't out there game 1.
But if I was Knicks fans, you know, I would say, here we go, right? We knew it was going to be something. Here we go, man. And so, like, it's like, all right, you know, the basketball gods always find a way to even out the odds. You know, whether it's Dylan Harper with the core injury, whether it's Jalen Williams with the hammies, like everybody's going to have to fight through something.
And he came back last night, Jalen Williams. He wasn't that – I mean, he didn't have much of a presence in the game last night. That's kind of like a warm-up for him.
Yeah, and he didn't have to stop. You know what I mean? He didn't sprint the court. He kept it within, you know, the certain parameters. So, yeah, absolutely.
So, look, either way, you know, you're going to sit back here tomorrow night. You're a Knicks fan. You're going to watch this series unfold just like you've done all previous 6 games. And, look, for my money still, I'd rather play San Antonio. I think that's the better matchup for the Knicks. There's something about playing a team that has championship pedigree like the Oklahoma City Thunder where you know that they're not going to be intimidated by this stage. And also, let's face it, Oklahoma City on their best day is a deeper team than San Antonio, right? San Antonio was more prone to the disappearing acts from the supporting cast than you are with Oklahoma City. Like I said, Oklahoma City.
But the equalizer is Wemby. Wemby, like he alters so many things. And the thing is, you can't – I don't know if you're going to be able to count on the fatigue because there's so many breaks in between in the finals.
Well, the thing about it, though, but Wemby, you know, a couple of games ago he wasn't outstanding, right? But it's just that Oklahoma City, they've got 10 guys. I would say probably at least 9, 10 guys that on any given night they could score 20 points.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, this is a team, and that's why that's the thing that's made the Knicks so successful throughout this playoff run is that on any given night, it's somebody else rising to the forefront and playing the lead role.
But, man, I'm telling you, this San Antonio team is growing up before our eyes. And like I said yesterday, I get concerned that whoever loses is going to go nuclear.
You mean like moving forward?
Yeah, whoever, and it's funny because like all those picks that OKC has with the new rules that just happened in basketball aren't going to be as valuable as they were before. So like they may start saying, hey, we got to get up off of these picks and start using them because the value is only going to shrink as, you know, it doesn't guarantee you that you're going to be able to get a lot of picks. So that's going to be interesting as well and see how that changes the strategy in which tanking, anti-tanking, how valuable are these picks because teams can't get the same spot 2 years in a row. So if you had a bunch of Memphis picks or you had a bunch of Washington picks or something like that and they lose 2 years in a row, you won't be able to cash them in and be able to utilize them anymore anyway.
But you know what's great, too, if you're a Knicks fan? All this stuff about the tanking and the new legislation that's going into place or whatever for the league that they're going to vote. You don't have to worry about that anymore. Like that used to be like normally like we're late May, early June with the Knicks. It's about the draft. It's about the lottery. It's about where you pick in, all these other things. Now you're not going to worry about that stuff anymore. Now, crazy enough, you're worrying about the ultimate prize, which gets underway on Wednesday. And by tomorrow night, when your head hits the pillow, you're going to find out finally who your opponent's going to be in the NBA Finals. That's all you should be worrying about.
Yeah, that's true right now. Like, but 2 years from now, the Knicks are going to have some tough decisions. They have a tough decision trying to figure out how to keep Deuce and how to keep Hartenstein. How to keep Mitch. How they replace him and what the system is behind them as far as developing these players behind them to be able to step in. But I don't want to sell. San Antonio kind of short with their depth as well. Because I think Vasquez is becoming a guy that can be counted on. They may not have guys that are high-end guys, but they got guys that can come in and give you different looks and can match up with you, real crazy. As far as everything.
Let's be real. And I don't think that this is, revelatory in any way. If I had to sit here and buy stock in one team moving forward in the NBA for the next 5 years, it's probably San Antonio, right? Because we're slowly entering Victor Wembanyama's NBA. Like, it's going to be his soon.
Yeah.
He's going to have a championship one day pretty soon, you would think. He's a freak on the court. And the steps that they took, remember, San Antonio, they're kind of like a year ahead. They weren't supposed to do this year. Maybe next year they make a deep run. So all the experience they get this year, this is invaluable for them to where going into – Bart, even if they lose Game 7 tomorrow, I guarantee you going into next season, like whenever they do like the Vegas odds before the year, San Antonio might be either like the 1 or 2 favorite to win the whole thing.
They got Dylan Harper, right? He's going to probably take De'Aaron Fox's spot, as he's ready to graduate. He's going to have they're going to get more salary cap space because of that. And they're going to go out and be able to attract all kind of free agents. Like, they can get KD. They can try and trade for
is that where KD's going? That's where KD's going next? That's his next stop?
It's been linked. It's been linked that, maybe Houston moves off, with Van Fleek and he moves off. But he still made second team All-NBA. Like, he goes there. Or Kyrie, or we know Kawhi won't go back because the relationship with the organization. But you got guys that's.
Plus, Kawhi's got the landscaping job that he can't stray too far from either. He's got to hang with that.
Exactly, he got obligations, so
he's got to punch in.
He sees it all through. But it's going to be a lot of movement, I think, in the offseason. Even if I don't think they'll bring a guy like Trae Young in, but it's a lot of young, intriguing players. Ja Morant, being able to be maybe traded for something for future draft picks and all that type of stuff. So, the NBA is crazy because you have certain teams that can go nuclear. Like, you got Atlanta that can go nuclear, who can go out and get some talent. I think Charlotte's a star or two away from realizing, they can be a tough out. Who knows what's going to happen now that, the Magic underperformed because they were a team that we expected a lot more from, and now they could have a different coach like Jason Kidd or go out and make some impact as well. Where does Giannis go? That's going to change the landscape. LeBron, LeBron can come to the Eastern Conference and change everything on his own. So it's going to be interesting, man. So, like, right now, if you're the Knicks, man, this may be your final and best chance to kind of be a legitimate champion.
You remember Theo Pinson? That name ring a bell?
Nah.
I don't know how to respond to that, but that's not good for Theo Pinson. Anyway, he was he went to North Carolina. He was on one of their national championship teams. He had a cup of coffee in the NBA.
Okay.
He was with the Nets. He was actually a Knick for 17 games. I totally forgot about that. But anyway, so he's not playing in the NBA anymore. So in response to the Mitchell Robinson broken pinky, he tweeted this out. He said, "I broke my pinky. I'll let you know I'll be shocked if he's back in time before the finals are over. He won't be able to even grip the ball. It low-key feels like you won't have anything in your hand."
Yeah, well, that's why you weren't in the NBA for that long. Because you got that type of weak-ass mentality.
Those are fighting. I don't understand what he says. It won't feel like you have anything in your hand. It's your pinky. Like, what about the other 4 fingers?
Right. Like the pinky is not the thumb. I get it. It's not like Mitchell shooting rebounds. He's catching the ball, so his other hand's going to catch the ball, and the other 4 fingers, the other 9 fingers can guide the ball in.
And you know that, look, anybody who has watched the Knicks.
Do I know him? Do anybody know who the hell you just mentioned?
The Pinson family does, sure. Absolutely. You don't think they know him?
Briefly.
No, but you know if you're Oklahoma City, if you're San Antonio, whoever they play, and Mitch is on the court, they're going to do the same thing that Cleveland did. They're going to hack away at Mitch and force him to be on the line and to make free throws because you know what? Him making or missing free throws pretty much decides whether or not he stays in the game. That's why Mike Brown basically had him on the bench the whole game because he wasn't making free throws. He became a liability in the Cleveland series. Right, so it's hack at Mitch. Now, look, he's not a great free throw shooter to begin with. We know that. So if he's playing with the splint or whatever it is on the pinky, go Rick Barry style. Shoot the free throws underhanded. Why not?
You got a better shot probably doing it that way.
Exactly. Man. You know what I mean? So anything – look, he's got to play because against these teams, which are much bigger and much more formidable down low than the Cleveland Cavaliers were, even if you're in there protecting the paint, protecting the rim, even if you're altering shots to a certain degree, they need Mitchell Robinson in this series a lot more than they used him in the series against the Cavaliers, hands down.
It might drop.
Right? I mean, but
yeah, I'll mess with you.
That's no, but that's what fans I don't think understand sometimes. Like that's the beauty of a long playoff series, a playoff run, is that depending on who you play, you always like to say styles make fights, right?
Yep.
So like depending on the opponent, let's face it, like this team has strengths, that team has weaknesses. Like it varies. It's no different than football. You might play one team one Sunday, the next Sunday you're playing somebody different. You got to alter your game plan. It's no different like this, and that's what makes it fun is that when you play this team, which is going to be remarkably different from the team you just got through with, you get to play best out of 7. It's not just one game. So let's see like who's able to adapt better over the course of a long series. And so far, the Knicks have had all the answers in the first 3 rounds.
Yeah, but you know now if you're going against the former champions, man, Mike Brown's going to be protested, and all that experience that he has by being an assistant in the championship games, this is going to be tested. He's going to have to bring it because it's going to be.
He's been a head coach. Remember, he was a head coach with Cleveland in the NBA Finals.
Yeah, LeBron. You know, I got it.
LeBron part 1 with the Cavaliers.
Right. I'm saying the new NBA in which he got all this experience and stuff like that, and because it's going to be about who can come up with a game plan that the other team has to adjust to, and the Knicks. This may be the first series that the Knicks get going to that they're not the more talented team, and the closeness of these two teams are just as close as the Knicks, right? You talk about Harden just got there and stuff like that. You talk about, C.J. McCollum, he had just got there, the bond, and how deep are these roots. This is a team that are young, they love each other, and they've been there with each other for a long time. So they have that same chemistry and love for each other and chemistry that the Knicks have.
It would be really like a full circle moment, too, for Mike Brown if it's San Antonio they're playing. Because, the series we were just talking about in the finals, when he went there with the Cavaliers, they got destroyed by San Antonio. But before that, I mean, he was an assistant under Pop,
of course.
as a Pup head coach with the Spurs. So it would be really cool for him if he now is finally able to win a championship as a head coach in the NBA, and he does it against a team that beat him in the finals the last time he was a head coach there. And, oh, by the way, he also has a ring from as an assistant, a guy he learned from in Popovich.
I mean, it's gonna be interesting, man, to see what takes place. I mean, you don't know, and I almost feel like me and you are both assuming that it's the Spurs. But man,
no, I think
we talking like, oh yeah, it's gonna be Wemby and it's this and that. You may not realize it, but the way you talking, oh yeah, and then Mike Brown, so I think a lot of people after watching that game has said oh man, this. It looked, man, the Spurs, but from one day to the next, what I mean, all that changes, right? From one game to the next, SGA, we saw the Pistons go do that in 6 and go do it with the Cavs. It's oh man, they're going home, man, and they got their ass whooped.
That's what I'm hoping for, and I think most Knicks fans are hoping for the Spurs too, right? The hope, but if you put a gun to my head right now, 10:24 on Friday morning, the 29th. And you're asking me who do I think is winning the game tomorrow? My life depends on it. I'm still going with Oklahoma City. You have to. You know why? Because I still keep thinking, forget about the fact that, they deserve this, and that's why you have Game 7 in your building. Think back to Game 7 in the NBA Finals last year. Remember, they were even when Halliburton was hurt, they were still trailing at halftime in Game 7 of the finals against Indiana last year, and they found a way to make it win. Plus, and you know where I'm going here, the SGA stuff, the flopping, the whistles. You mean to tell me on his home floor in a Game 7 with a trip to the NBA Finals on the line that they're not going to get preferential treatment?
This is the thing.
Right?
No, this is the thing. I would say, yeah, the NBA would want that. But, man, I think the NBA is realizing that we have a new king in town. And bringing in, bring in Canada or bring in France. Or bringing all of Europe. You feel me? No.
Bringing France before the World Cup, bringing France?
But you see what I'm saying?
I hear what you're saying, sure.
And you heard Allen talking about this yesterday. And we saw Allen talking about this yesterday. SGA is a star, but, man, he's not box office. You don't want to go see him play in his style of play with the flopping and the gamesmanship and, the and one and the free throws. Wemby is you might go see Wemby and see something you ain't never seen before.
100%.
He's equivalent to going to see Steph Curry. Oh man, you gonna see some crazy stuff you ain't never seen before.
I think it's a win-win. If you're, they're never going to admit to this, but if you're the NBA, I think it's a win-win. Whoever wins that game tomorrow night, as far as eyeballs that are going to be generated. You got first of all, you got the Knicks there.
Yeah, the Knicks, but then the Spurs is the only other global product. People like OKC, but it's Oklahoma. Right, and yeah, I know it's San Antonio, but you got to add Texas with Europe. That's what I'm trying to say.
Well, I think it's
far as money wise,
it's just Wemby though. Because think about it, the San Antonio Spurs, when they were a dynasty and they won all those, how many 4 or 5 championships?
It was Tony Parker.
Yeah, I understand, but nobody in the
NBA. Argentina was brought into it because of Manu Ginobili. They was the world's international team. What I'm saying is, as far as money-wise, as far as eyes, as far as how many people are watching the finals, I think if the Spurs win, with the Knicks being in it, I think it probably got a chance to break every viewing record ever seen in the NBA Finals history. It'll definitely shatter last year's and the number one thing. This outside of getting L.A. and New York in the finals, outside of that, San Antonio is the next big thing as far as bringing in numbers.
I think the Knicks bring in a bigger number because they have.
Yes, brother. I'm saying combined. The Knicks are given.
Right.
I'm saying combined. I'm not. Listen, we know we got the. Listen, I think Moses woke up damn, the Knicks in the finals. Jesus finally blessed him. You know what I'm saying? He was sitting there he was talking about the Ten Commandments and spreading
the NBA.
I didn't know. Hey, they up there hey man, they up there talking to Pac, Michael Jackson. Hey man, y'all crazy? He said what?
Oh, 800-919-3776. A lot of Knicks today, as you would expect. We'll also sprinkle in some football a little bit later on. Jets had OTAs yesterday. Giants will be on the field this afternoon at East Rutherford for their latest OTA practice. But it is Knicks Day yet again, as we are now one closer away to the start, or 1 day closer to the NBA Finals on Wednesday. Still don't know who they're going to play, but we'll have our answer by tomorrow night. It is Dan and Bart Carlin, right here on ESPN New York.
The New York Knicks, the NBA Finals.
You know who the face of the NBA is? Right here in New York. Jalen Brunson, baby. He's the face of New York. We deserve this. Bring them all on. Let's go, boys.
I haven't even slept yet, so I don't even know if it's sunk in.
They are locked in. They're healthy. They are rested, but they are the team that's going to be the underdog in the final. I love it.
Go, New York. Go, New York. Go.
NBA Finals Game 1 coverage begins Wednesday night at 7 on 880 and the ESPN New York app.
If you're heading into summer without a medical emergency kit, you're taking a risk most people don't think about until it's too late. Summer colds linger and can turn into sinus infections that last for weeks. Getting sick right now before vacation can derail everything. And when you're traveling, finding a doctor and pharmacy is stressful. That's why I ordered a medical emergency kit. It's like having urgent care and a pharmacy right at home. It includes essential prescriptions like amoxicillin and generic Z-Pak to treat a wide range of common and serious illnesses. So if you wake up sick at home or on the the road, you already have what you need. No waiting for your doctor, no hours at urgent care, no pharmacy lines, no copays. Just match your symptoms to the right prescription in your guidebook or call their telemedicine doctor standing by. Start on your meds sooner and feel better faster. Every home needs at least one medical emergency kit. Order yours online in minutes and it's shipped to your door. And save $45 with my promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880. That's promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880.
In Parsippany, we have the closure of Interstate 80 eastbound side. Major crash involving an overturned tractor-trailer. It looks like it was an Econo-Lines van and involving a couple of tractor-trailers. It is not good, and traffic is going to be backed up well past Denville by now. 6 miles, going to cost you about an hour to go 6 miles. Eastbound side of 80, get over to Route 46 or Route 10, trying to get eastbound down to 287. Now, elsewhere, we got the Deegan northbound into the Bronx by the Cross Bronx. An accident, 2 lanes are blocked, heavy and steady all the way across on the westbound Cross Bronx, southbound 95. Southern State Parkway at Peninsula Boulevard, an accident right lane. You're backed up westbound for at least 2 to 3 miles. And New Jersey Transit remains suspended Newark to New York. That is all because of that problem in the Amtrak tunnel. Path is cross-honoring. I'm Bob Williams on 880 ESPN New York.
Wherever your day takes you, across New Jersey, into New York, or down to Philadelphia, New Jersey Transit gets you there. Skip the traffic and stay on track. With busy travel periods ahead, plan ahead, check schedules, and allow extra time for your trip. From workdays to weekends, New Jersey Transit keeps your routine moving with reliable, convenient service. Ride smart. Plan your trip at njtransit.com.
Wait! Before you change the station, listen to this.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate your car at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Pickup is quick and easy. You'll also get a vacation voucher and a tax deduction.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Listen up. This is your reminder to check in daily because every day during the NBA playoffs, FanDuel is serving up a happy hour. We're talking special drops you won't want to miss, from profit boosts to bonus bets and more. Check for a new reward every single day of the NBA playoffs, and don't miss your shot to get a little extra out of the action. FanDuel makes it easy to get closer to the action, from player props on your favorite stars to all the tools you need to back them up. It's everything you need, all in one app. Every day during the NBA playoffs, FanDuel is serving up a happy hour. We're talking special drops you won't want to miss, from profit boosts to bonus bets and more. Check for a new reward every single day of the NBA playoffs, and don't miss your shot to get a little extra out of the action. Head to FanDuel.com/local to get started. Must be 21 and older and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Rewards are non-withdrawable. Restrictions do apply, including bonus and token expiration, leg requirements, and max wager amount. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467369.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Kylie, what's wrong? I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save and create custom budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses, or advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000?
Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code ADVANCE to borrow up to $10,000 for whatever you need. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money, so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code ADVANCE to borrow up to $10,000. Use code ADVANCE to borrow up to $10,000.
Bart Carlin, Dan, and Bart on this Friday, 29th day of May. Knicks all the rage, as you would expect. Game 1 of the NBA Finals coming up on Wednesday against somebody. Don't know who. The winner of the basketball game tomorrow night in OKC. It'll be the Thunder. It'll be the Spurs. And the Knicks will head to one of those two cities coming up on Wednesday night. I just saw something. Before we get to the calls, though, I just saw something on the local news here. Mm-hmm. And do you realize down at Madison Square, because I haven't kept track of this thing, I don't know how it works, but apparently, like, tickets for the finals have yet to go on sale. Like the allotment that the Knicks have that they put up for sale, individual game. Yeah. There's people already camped out at Madison Square Garden down there with chairs and everything, just waiting for the word as to when these things are going to become available.
Like, this is what I don't understand. You have to be in person to buy them?
You get a better chance if you're in person, I think.
Yeah, that's funny.
That's what happened. And now, it was a long time ago. I did something similar when the Nets were in the finals, but this was 25 years ago or close to it, when they went with Jason Kidd those 2 years.
How old were you?
I was like in college, I think.
Wow.
You know why?
Old enough
Because
to know better.
Because the first year when they played the Lakers, I wasn't as diligent and I got shut out. I got shut out completely. Like I couldn't get into either one of those games. So the next year, when they played San Antonio, I went down to the Meadowlands and I actually lined up the night before with there was tons of people there, tons, and we were just chilling out talking. I met some dudes from Rutgers. We were just BSing the whole night, and sun came up, tickets went on sale. I got tickets for all the games.
Now you just pay them, right? Now you just pay people to stand in line for you, right?
Well, you could do that, but talk about paying, though. Think about the price of a ticket 25 years ago versus now. Dude, I'm seeing some of this stuff, like the tickets that are available already for season ticket holders, plan holders who got some tickets and they put them on the secondary market. I think just to get in the building already, it's over $3,000.
Yeah, just 3,400.
3,400 for, and that's you're sitting up on the roof basically.
I mean, you want to see something savage? Wait till you see the ticket requests from people from ESPN. Hey, I'm sorry. I mean, I know I normally don't ask, but can I get in for?
Now, who is that? Is that an impersonation of anybody in particular or no?
No, nobody in particular. I'm just saying. I can imagine the how many people have been saying it. Like, hey, well, if they get there, I'm not going to ask for any tickets, but if they get to the finals, can I just get a standing room only? Can I get a credential?
Right, the credential and getting a ticket is different, right? You should be able to get a credential. But
I'm talking about the people that's going. People going to be trying to get in there.
Yeah, because the people that want to be seen and all that other stuff. I get it.
Did you put a ticket request in?
No, not at all. Not 100%.
You didn't even play yourself, huh?
Didn't you? No. What do I got to be there for? You know what I mean? If I had to work one of the games, then I would be there. But I would go with a credential. I don't need a ticket.
So who out of that building? Look around. Who out of that building? Just look around. Who out of that building is going to try? This is when the guys that usually host in there, they big time now. Oh, they big. They people hitting them up in their deals.
At our place,
hey, just checking in. Yeah.
At our place, who do I think is going to try to get an in like a ticket? I would say probably either Rick or Dave. They're going to want to get, because Dave got in the last round. Dave wanted to go with one of his sons to the Cleveland series, and I think he went. He was in the suite. He got a ticket. He got tickets to the suite.
Yeah, all that's going to be cut off.
So, for the finals,
if ESPN, they should be selling it to the highest bidder. Like, hey, listen, if you don't come here to these finals with your kid for us to host you unless you sign a deal with us. Straight up.
I think Michael would want to go. Michael could take Charlie. Right.
Yeah, he's gonna try big time.
But I don't know. But Michael might not be able to go. If he's got Yankee games.
Oh, that sucks.
Right when the two Knicks games are being played. Let's see.
Because let's be honest, because it could mess around and only be 2 games.
Exactly. Tom, what are the dates of the 2 Knicks home games? Games 3 and 4. It's Monday. Is it Monday the 8th?
I'm just pulling up the calendar to pick up the exact date. The Monday part, I believe, is
Monday the 8th is 1, and when's game 4? Is it Wednesday or Thursday?
I believe that's going to be a Monday-Thursday vehicle?
Maybe
Monday, Wednesday? Hang on.
All right, well, Monday the 8th, the Yankees are in Cleveland. Now, I don't know if Michael's doing the series. He may be, he may not be. But then they're off on Thursday. So you have some flexibility there. But then they go on to Toronto after that, the Yankees. I'm not sure.
I'll tell you who's not going to ask for a ticket. Moi.
I was wrong. I apologize. It's going to be Monday the 8th and then Wednesday the 10th.
All right, Monday and Wednesday. Okay, so they're in Cleveland. They're still in Cleveland. I don't know. I don't know if he's doing the series or not, but either way. So you're out. You said you're out. You don't want any part of it.
I don't really care. It's first of all, I can't see the game. People talking.
Well, that's the thing. That's what folks don't understand.
If you really care, you're not going to be able to.
And let's be real. I mean, for what that ticket costs, and even if it's not going to cost you anything or anybody who gets a ticket, you get it through work, but. Like you said, there's so much hobnobbing. There's so much, kind of, I don't want to say casual interest, but I don't know if people are there necessarily for the game. They're just there to kind of gossip.
Post there.
Post, exactly. I'm here, and that, let me take a selfie, and in the background I got, the court and the pack garden and all that stuff. That's what it is, I think, more than anything. But, we'll see. And to say it's going to be the hot ticket is putting it mildly. The only thing that I could compare it to right now, like as far as this city, I think it's pretty obvious, right? If the Jets ever made it to a Super Bowl.
I still ain't going to that. I've never went to a Super Bowl outside the one I worked for CBS.
Which one did you do? Which one was that?
I did Gaga and Beyonce.
I mean,
in San Francisco.
It's amazing to only you.
The golden Super Bowl.
But this is why I love you.
50 or 75.
This is why I love you, right? Because you would think that 99.9% of the population, if I asked them what Super Bowl was it, the first thing they would tell me is probably the two teams that played in it. Or the second thing, they would tell me the number of the Super Bowl. Or maybe the third thing would be the location of the Super Bowl. You went to the 19th thing that you would probably roll out, and that would be the halftime performers. Nobody remembers who was the halftime performer.
The women do.
But I'm not a woman. I mean, that's the respect you have for me? You think I'm a woman?
But everybody remember that was the famous one where she came out with the HBCU joints and she put the fist up and stuff on the stage in San Francisco.
Honestly, I don't remember.
It was Carolina.
Oh, Carolina, Denver.
Correct.
Okay, so the Cam Newton didn't try to recover the fumble.
Correct.
And Peyton Manning's last game.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of a big one, and it was the golden one because it was the golden
50.
Super Bowl. Correct.
Super Bowl 50, yeah. That wasn't a great game because Denver's defense just absolutely pummeled them that day.
Correct.
Doomerville and Von Miller. So did you think now you were working it, of course. So you had a different perspective because you were locked in doing what you had to do.
I should have gambled because I was actually listening to them practice the national anthem, so I knew how long it was.
So you had a little bit of intel.
I had all that. I should have did the Gatorade, all that. But I'm a moral guy, so
yes, you're flooded with morals.
And gambling wasn't that big, but nowadays it was big, but it wasn't as big as it is now with the Polymart and all that stuff.
The trends and all that other stuff.
Yeah, I might have live streamed it.
But think about that for a second, right? You know it, that if the Jets ever made it back to the Super Bowl, and you're talking about almost 60 years, right? Considering that it's a New York team, they've got fans all over the place. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for most people. That ticket price on the secondary market, wherever that game is going to be played, will be astronomical.
Yeah.
And you know what? Knock on wood, let's pray we get to see it. All right, quick timeout, 800-919-3776. We come back. We hit the phones. A lot of people lined up and want to chime in today. It's Dan and Bart right here on ESPN New York.
Want to earn extra revenue for your business? Amazon Hub Delivery is looking for local business owners to assist with deliveries. When you become a partner, you and your staff will deliver packages to customers in your area on a schedule that works for you. With each package delivered, you'll gain extra revenue and exposure for your business. Plus, Amazon Hub Delivery makes it easy to get started. There's no upfront cost, delivery experience, or long-term contracts required. Sign up to learn more at Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. That's Amazon.com/HUB Delivery.
The New York Knicks, the NBA Finals. Finally.
And the New York Knicks are on their way to the NBA Finals. For the first time since 1999, the Knicks are Eastern Conference champions.
This is your home for the Eastern Conference champion New York Knicks and the NBA Finals. This is ESPN New York.
The New York City Department of Correction offers countless career opportunities, from specialized units to leadership roles that support public safety and change lives for the better. It starts with one step: registering for the New York City Correction Officer exam. Earn over $109,000 after just 5.5 years. Benefits on day one, job security, pension at any age after 22 years of service. Go to nyc.gov/joinDOC or search Join DOC. One career, many opportunities. Registration ends today. Take the test.
When care matters most, experience matters more. The Allure Group is redefining rehabilitation and long-term care across New York with 6 convenient locations. Their expert clinicians create personalized care plans to help you recover, rebuild, and get back to what matters most. From short-term rehab to long-term care, Allure is committed to comfort, dignity, and results. To learn more, visit allurecare.com. The Allure Group, where care meets compassion.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text AREA to 42424 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text AREA to 42424. That's AREA to 42424.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
It's playoff basketball. You got to do a little bit of everything.
The intensity levels are at an all-time high. These are the NBA playoffs. Every team looking to make a run.
This is incredible.
Every player looking to make history.
Give me all you got. Let's go.
So tune in because this is going to be unbelievable.
This is exactly what we wanted.
The NBA playoffs presented by Google continue on ABC, ESPN, NBC, and Peacock.
All right, Dan and Bart, we're rolling along here on this Friday on ESPN New York. Bart, let's say we go to the phones. What do you think?
Hammer time. Let's do it.
Hammer those phones. Let's start it off with our boy Frankie in New York, who's batting leadoff here on ESPN New York. What's up, Frankie? Hello, Frankie.
Got to take us off mute first, Frankie. Way to bat lead off, man.
Come on, Frankie.
What the hell are you, Lindor?
Come on. No, if he was Lindor, he'd actually, be on the injured list. At least Frankie showed up to the game. He just swung and missed on a few pitches. Let's move on to David and Elizabeth. He's up next. David, how are you?
I'm starting to think it's us. Is it us?
I mean,
is it us?
I don't know. You're asking me questions that I don't have the answers to. Ray, is it us?
We'll have to check on that. I don't think it's us, but
here's all I know. Let me take you through the process right now. I got a whole batch of callers up here that I'm looking right at. And then I say their name, and I click them onto the line. And then we have not heard an answer from either one of the first two callers.
Yeah, I think it's you.
How is it me? I'm doing the same thing.
You don't have the Midas touch.
Midas touch nothing. All right, we're going to try it
again.
again.
You got the Midas touch.
Those are great commercials.
Everything got touch, turn to gold.
Gilberto in the truck. Please be there. Gilberto, how are you?
What's up,
there we
guys?
go.
Call it, yo, man. Leave Grosso alone, man. You know what I'm saying? He got the Midas touch.
Damn right I do.
Those two guys struck
out. He thought I was talking about.
He went in a tunnel or something.
Gilberto, he thought I was talking about Midas, man. He thought I was talking about Midas. He didn't even know the song I was talking about, son. I thought he was our age.
You know what it was? I was supposed to be batting leadoff.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because you love starting with me. Now, let's get to the Knicks, okay? The pinky broken on Mitch Robinson. Tape it to another finger and do the Mamba mentality, okay? All you're there is for defense and grabbing rebounds. He can do both.
No, when he missed that lob and it goes out his hand, it's a turnover.
Listen, like you said, he's got 9 fingers to grab that lob, and believe me, if he's playing for a contract, he's going to get it done, okay? I'm glad that these guys are badgering each other. It's like a prize fight. Take one to the jaw, one to the stomach, another one to the ribs. I'm loving it. Wemby is. But I'm telling you now, Bart, don't crown this guy so quick. If Jordan had to go through so much,
don't crown him so quick.
If Kobe had to go through so much, every star I've noticed that gets to the NBA Finals and wins multiple NBA Finals, okay, goes through a lot to get there.
Here's the difference.
I ain't crowning Wemby.
Gilberto, here's the difference. Here's the difference. Remember, you mentioned, well, with the Kobe at least. Remember, Kobe finally got there because he had Shaq. That was his. That was a big breakthrough to help him the first 3 titles.
And the thing
is, where's the Shaq for Wemby?
He don't have one.
But here's
not yet.
He is Shaq.
He is Shaq. He's the alien. Like, here's the thing.
Yeah, come on, bro. If Shaq was still in the league, Shaq would do him dirty.
Right, because Shaq was one of them.
I heard the thing that was said before.
No.
Man, that dude can't take on Shaq. Come on, bro.
Gilberto, you didn't even allow me to say my point before you wanted to argue with me.
Go ahead, baby. Go ahead. Go ahead, boy.
What I'm saying is Shaq is just as impactful as Wemby. Like, we never seen anything like Shaq, not since Wilt. Just like Wilt was a phenomenon, Shaq was a phenomenon. Now, this is a different phenomenon where maybe he's not dunking on you, but he still can disrupt the same way Shaq did in the paint. But he has a different element that Shaq never had, and that's the ability to come down, handle the rock, and shoot the 3 and cross you up with a heavy step back. Right? He's stepping back from the free throw line to the 3-point. So he can. So he's the next dominating force in the league. And is it early?
He's got a handle. I don't know how he jumped from 6'9" as a 13-year-old to 7'5", but you know what I'm saying? I'm saying he's got a handle, but he also has long arms, long legs, and he's 7'5". So those guards, when he's passing through, got to reach in there and snatch them cookies. Okay? I'm going with my Knicks, and I'm going with my Knicks in 6.
So it don't matter who they play. You're going with Knicks in 6. Look, here's the thing about Wemby. Wemby does everything that you need a guy to do on the court right now. He could play in the modern NBA game. He steps out and he's hitting shots like Steph Curry, for crying out loud.
And Manute Bol played in the old NBA.
Right, but Manute Bol didn't have this skill set just because the dude's big. Yao Ming didn't have this skill set.
Yeah, but Yao Ming was so big. Like, Yao Ming so much – Yao Ming calves are like Pacquiao's on steroids.
But Yao Ming was, again, for the most part, he was a post player.
Yeah,
correct.
You know what
I mean?
He had good midi, yeah.
It was a different era.
I mean, if Brook Lopez can learn how to shoot the 3 at a high level, then Yao Ming, if the game required it, could have changed his game. I mean, hell, I'm watching Andre Drummond pull up for 3s in the corner. Like, what the hell?
It is crazy. The way but
he can't shoot free throw, but he shoot 3s like crazy.
But think about it, because now even bigs, for the most part, you know, if they know that they're going to have size and they take their game to the next level, now when they come up through the ranks, like, they all try to have a handle. They all try to step out and hit shots from the outside, because we've seen so many bigs able to do that now that everybody wants to come up doing that stuff.
Yeah, everybody want to be like Bobo, man.
But that's how the game is. Yeah, Bobo, right. Don is in Fort Lee. He's up next here on ESPN New York. What's up, Don? How are you?
What's up, guys? How are you?
Hey, Don.
I'm just driving down now to go for an Villanova alumni golf outing. So I graduated in '85, first championship.
Very nice.
So, thanks, appreciate it. So,
are you stopping by Brownstone? You stopping by Brownstone to grab some pancakes?
No, actually, I just hit a quick stop on the Parkway, but I'm going straight down. It's down by Atlantic City. We're playing Harbor Links or something like that. But the reason I want to chime in is first of all, the pinky is the least of your concerns for Mitch Robinson. I mean, Josh has been playing with the bad fingers for years. Bernard King used to play with the bad index finger and middle finger. We just taped them together. It's going to have no impact on Robinson's game, just his rebounding and his defense. That's the first point I want to make.
No, we just had a professional say that it was going to be a big deal. And he played in the NBA and he played basketball.
And you didn't know who he was?
Yeah, I didn't know who he was, but he said he played with it.
But he's a professional.
Okay, the other point I want to make is the way the Knicks have been playing basketball, watching the Knicks, and everybody on that team is in their prime right now. They're all young, relatively young team with experience, though. I think they're going to be the team to beat. Not Wemby, not OKC. I think the Knicks are going to have a 3-year window.
Hold on.
Because they have the best.
You're saying that the team that won a championship that has 1 million draft picks and salary cap space in OKC should be the underdog to the Knicks with the 2-time MVP on the team?
In this series, the way the Knicks are playing, I think the Knicks should be favored, considering they're more healthy than OKC right now as well.
But remember the Knicks.
Yeah, nobody's playing anything.
Remember the OKC before they ran to the Spurs had won 9 straight, just like the Knicks.
Yeah, they were rolling. Look, Don, I think here's what happens. And thanks a lot for the phone call. The West will be favored, whoever it is, but it's not going to be by a lot. It's not going to. Let's put it this way: it's not going to be by as much as maybe we thought it would be at the beginning of the playoffs, right? Like, let's say if there was ever a chance that the Knicks ever made it to the NBA Finals, whoever they run into is going to be way superior to them, and they're going to be an underdog, right? Like, that's what the thought was maybe 2 rounds ago, but that's not the case now.
How much do you put into the fact that the Knicks beat the Spurs 3 times this year?
Nothing.
Yeah, me too.
Nothing. They didn't. The Knicks didn't beat the Cavaliers in the regular season after the James Harden trade. How'd that work out?
Well, I'm just saying because that's what people are going to say. I want the Spurs because we beat them for the cup.
I mean, if the Knicks are not proof positive that the regular season means absolutely nothing, good or bad, you can't take what the regular season gave you and then apply it to the playoffs. You just can't. It's a different time. This Knicks team is different than the one that was in the regular season. Think about all the guys we used to crush. Karl Anthony Towns, Mikal Bridges, you name it, like that you didn't think would be worth their weight in anything come playoff time. Mm-hmm. These guys are playing through the roof. Mike Brown, people question whether or not he was the right fit. Now all of a sudden we're talking about a guy that's 4 wins away from a championship and being in the same category as like a Joe Torre was, for crying out loud.
Let me tell you something. So the victor goes to spoils, right?
Right.
And if the Knicks get beat in 5 or it's going to be somebody that they have to blame. And if it's the usual suspects, they're going to be like, see, we told you. If Cat comes up, gets in foul trouble, he doesn't play well and all that stuff, he loses his matchup against Wemby or whatever, the criticism is going to come right back. Like, people always, they never forget what the narrative is. And the easiest and the laziest thing to do is when something doesn't go right, is to go back to the narrative that has already been established. If Bridges gets outplayed, if Castle or SGA just working the hell out of him and Josh Hart, then it's going to come back, see, we should have never gave up 5 picks for him. Look what we could have had. Like, he was never big time. So it's going to come back because just think, it only took 2 series for us to stop saying it about him. So we've been saying it about Bridges and Cat much longer than we've not been saying it about them. We've only not said it because they've been on this run since after the Atlanta series.
Think about it. Saturday, April 25th. That was the morning of Game 4 against the Hawks. Knicks are down 2-1. Think about what the conversation and everything we were saying on that day. That was April 25th. That was basically a month ago. And the sky was falling. There was a chance this team was not even going to be able to get out of round 1. And now think about what the conversations we're having are.
Yep. And what I know is the narrative would change just as fast as it changed before. It changed right back.
100%.
Oh, they went back, man. He choked. They choked in the playoffs. They choked in the finals.
On that note, I got a question for you, but I'm going to save it until we come back on the other side. Plus more of your calls at 800-919-3776. It's Dan and Bart. It's B&C right here on ESPN New York.
The Garden waited.
I think of the fans. They are just the best fans and the most loyal, and they've been through so much.
New York waited.
The 27-year wait is over. They will play for the Larry O'Brien Trophy.
The finals are here.
They haven't just been good. They haven't just been dominant. The Knicks have been completely unstoppable.
This is your home for the Eastern Conference champion New York Knicks and the NBA Finals. This is ESPN New York.
Wait! Before you change the station, listen to this. carswithkids.org. That's cars with a K. Pickup is quick and easy. You'll also get a vacation voucher and a tax deduction. 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. K-A-R-S, Cars for Kids. 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. Donate your car today. 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. K-A-R-S, Cars for Kids. 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. Donate your car today. Donate your car today.
Hey Yankees fans, join us at Yankee Stadium on Saturday, June 20th as we celebrate Aaron Judge winning the 2025 American League Most Valuable Player Award. It's Aaron Judge MVP Bobblehead Day, presented by T-Mobile. The first 18,000 guests through the gates will receive a special bobblehead commemorating Judge's MVP season. The Yankees take on the Cincinnati Reds Saturday, June 20th. Get your tickets now at yankees.com/tickets.
North Brunswick, get ready. Boost Mobile by Tuvaz is throwing down with the grand opening at their newest spot in Brunswick Shopping Center. Join them Friday, May 29th from 2 to 6 p.m. with food, prizes, and giveaways that you don't want to miss. That's Boost Mobile at Brunswick Shopping Center in North Brunswick. We'll see you there.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
That's ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
This deer season, John Deere wants to give you the home field advantage. We're bringing you the best offers of the season, whether that's cash off on select new machines or a shot at the ultimate Major League Baseball prize package. Because right now, you can enter for a chance to win an MLB All-Star experience for you and 3 friends, complete with travel and lodging for All-Star Week this July. Deer season is going on now through June 3rd. Visit johndeere.com/deer season to enter and view the offers and complete contest rules. Major League Baseball trademarks used with permission.
At University of Maryland Global Campus, we know you're no stranger to setting big goals, whether in school, at work, or in life, and you're ready for more. At UMGC, we offer the skills-based education you need to move your career forward. Learn how to apply AI, data science, and other emerging tech, plus gain skills in leadership and critical thinking. You've come far. Succeed again. No application fee if you apply by June 1st. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. A Good Karma Brands radio station.
All right, hour 2 on this Friday. It's Dan and Bart B and C right here on ESPN New York. Let me remind you, subscribe to ESPN New York on YouTube. Stream the full Weekday Lineup live. Watch complete replays or catch up fast with can't-miss highlights. Jump into the live chat, react in real time, and make your voice part of the show. Subscribe to ESPN New York on YouTube right now. Stay locked in so you never miss a moment. We are talking Knicks, of course. Game 1 coming up on Wednesday, either in Oklahoma City or in San Antonio. I got a question for you. Very, very important question. Okay?
Okay.
Knicks have been on an incredible run, right? They've captured the imagination of the city. Confidence is at an all-time high. And why wouldn't you think so, the way that they've been playing? Let's just throw a little reality into the situation, right? Because life isn't all sunshine and rainbows, as they say.
Come on, Brock. Why you want to do that to him, man?
I'm asking you. Okay.
Let them live.
I'm asking you. Should the Knicks come up short in the series against either team? Let's say 5 games. Is that a successful season in your eyes as a Knicks fan?
Nope.
Really?
Because this has been 5 years in the making. To come up short. I mean, we just watched. We watched the Pacers go to the finals last year.
But they didn't win.
So what? Exactly. We didn't either.
So, but the Pacers also didn't go on an all-time historic run like the Knicks have been on.
Yeah, but going on an all-time historic run, only to run into the same barrier or the same thing as Indiana. Like who cares? because you know this is the best shot. So if you don't get it this year, you ain't getting it next year.
Indiana had a lead in Game 7 at halftime last year, too. Think about that.
Right, without Halliburton.
Without him. Now, it would be, and we want to hear from you guys, too, at 800-919-3776. It would be extremely, extremely disappointing if everything's come crashing down in this next series, given the way this team has played over the last month. But me, personally, if they lose in 5 games to either one of these teams, I don't know if I could sit here and call the season a failure. I don't know if I can. Because you got ultimately to the finals. You got one step further. You went on an incredible all-time run through this Eastern Conference. I still would think that you accomplished enough good things to where I could be proud of this if I was a Knicks fan.
You fired your coach to go further.
And you did. Right?
1 game further?
No. 3, technically, right? Because they only won 2 games in the conference finals last year.
I'm just saying, for me, because does any Knicks fans think that this is the beginning of a run for the Knicks to dominate the Eastern Conference?
No, I think that this is.
You understand what I'm saying? See, like we like, oh man, Wemby, if they lose, man, but still, they here, right? That's how we feel about the Spurs, correct?
Correct.
That if they lose, they're going to be right back here. If the Knicks lose, does any Knicks fan think that this is the beginning of a run of dominance of them in the Eastern Conference?
No, this isn't like, I would say, 2-3 years where you're dominating the East and you're expected to go to the NBA Finals each year. No.
Right, where you're the favorite. The Knicks won't even be the favorite next year.
They might not be. In the Eastern Conference,
they might not even be second.
So I do appreciate everything you're saying. Like, right, I can acknowledge that this is your best chance. Like, you don't know if you're going to – now, look, you've gone out and earned it. You've gone out there and beaten up every team that you've had to play in these playoffs, but I don't know if you're going to go into next year and looking at it as this is a team that's going to go right back to the NBA Finals again next season.
Exactly. Oh, we lost this year, but we went into next year. Oh, okay. Boston got something to say about that. Giannis coming to the East can have something to say about that. I'm not even going to go there with my team. I'm not going to say nothing, but
no,
you know that's there.
You can't say anything about your team. And look, we don't know what's going to happen in the summertime either, not with the Knicks. But some of these other teams, because the NBA summers get crazy.
Well, we know that the Knicks aren't going to be able to pay Mitchell Robinson.
Right.
They're going to lose him the same way they lost to Hartenstein.
And that's the price of doing business when you're successful.
And that's the price of doing business when all 4 of your 5 of your starters are people that you brought in from free agency.
By the way, before we do get to the phones, and again, a lot of people want to chime in. I don't think we've had the chance to talk since your season ended. So what's the now you've had some time to let it kind of process, like what's the thought process now?
Oh, listen, we were ahead of schedule. You don't go from barely making the playoffs to winning the Eastern Conference. Now, they were somewhere in the middle. You know, that's because they played so hard and they won a lot of regular season games because they played so hard. But we knew that they, with Beasley being gone, a lot was left to be desired. They didn't have shooting. Sir Thompson has to do a lot of growth during, once they took the lob away. He's going to have to find some Karl Malone 15-foot, 18-foot jump shot, and be able to affect the game with not just being able to dominate with pick and rolls and lobs. But listen, I know it may sound crazy, but we have the ability, and Kawhi Leonard has been linked. That's a dangerous play for them to take. Kyrie Irving has been linked to them. That's a very, very dangerous risk to take. But because they haven't made their Karl Anthony Towns trade, because they have not made their OG Anunoby trade, because they haven't given up 5 future picks for Bridges, the Pistons have 3 or 4 moves that they can make in the future. And if they've already kind of closed the gap on the Knicks without making those moves, just imagine where they're going to be when they do make those moves and go all in. They ain't even a little bit in.
So you have a healthy outlook, and I think that's the right way to approach it.
You should, with your star being 25 years old, with your second star being 22 years old, with Sir Thompson. I mean, he changed the series with his defense so much so that whoever he was checking, Kenny Atkinson said they told him just go sit your ass down. We playing 4-on-4.
There you go. All right, let's get back to the phones. Stevie in New Fairfield is up next here on ESPN New York. Hello, Steve.
Hey, what's up, boys? How are you?
Steve, what's going on?
Bart, you're my boy, man. I watch post-game live religiously. Big Jet fan. Respect your basketball knowledge. or for a team, an ineptitude for 27 years, the Galloways, Tim Hardaway Jr. being our best player, Phil Jackson, Ntilikina, and to take that next big step. We didn't go backwards. If we happen to lose to one of these two teams that are favored, that's not a successful season because maybe next year we might lose Mitchell Robinson.
No. This is. Understand what I'm saying, right? Jalen Brunson's been here for 4 years. You guys have made major moves. That's not sustainable, right? It's like when I came here, right? It was not sustainable for you to trade for Chris Jenkins 1 year, sign Alan Faneca, trade for Damon Woody, trade for me, sign Jason Taylor, sign Trevor Price, trade for Cromartie, trade for Santonio Holmes, trade for Braylon Edwards. Right. It wasn't never built to be sustainable. So if you don't win, then the window is going to close and you're going to have to start all over. Maybe not from scratch, but it's going to have to be a second iteration of Jalen Brunson and team, right? Because you won't be able to continue to hold on to Cat when he demands $60+ million in a couple years, and Jalen Brunson's playing on a $13 million discount.
Real quick. You got all 5 starters. Steve, real quick, just for people that don't know, all 5 starters, you're under contract for 2 more years after this for the Knicks.
Right, 2 years.
2 more
this year, next year.
Yeah. No. 2 years after this.
Yeah. But then, they're under contract, but then you're going to lose your depth. Mitchell Robinson is a very key, vital role. Just think, OG has an injury history. You know, we don't know. So Mitchell Robinson is a guy that comes in and dominates. He's unique. His ability to play in pick and roll defense, his ability to be such a defensive, offensive rebounder. They're going to lose that. That's a valuable piece.
Well, and not only that, too. Like, for example, I think it's next year. I don't know if it's before the season, next summer, whatever it is. Jalen's eligible. Jalen's extension eligible. Is he going to want to be the good soldier again and take less?
Hell no.
You know what I mean? OG, even though OG signed the richest contract in the history of the New York Knicks franchise, he's extension eligible as well. Karl Anthony Towns, extension eligible. And he makes $57 million next year.
And you don't think because he took the Knicks to the finals, you don't think they're gonna cash some chips in?
Josh Hart is extension eligible. You know what I'm saying?
So you may lose him. You might say, man, Hart, listen, we love you, but we paying you $25 million.
Well, that's what I mean. They're gonna have to make tough decisions. You're absolutely right about that, and that's why you're like. I mean, granted, you'd think that this team still is going to be in the conversation for the next couple of years, but all we're saying is, and I know a lot of people think that it's like negativity. All we're saying is that the situation they find themselves in right now, you can't ask for a better situation to be in. You may not get as good a situation over the next 2 years.
I mean, the Cavs defeated, like, the Sixers defeated Boston. That never happens. Right? Like you had
Boston, and they came back from 3-1 down.
You had other people do your work for you to make you have an easier path to get here. That don't happen. That's the stars are aligning. So the stars are aligning for you. What are you going to do with the stars when they align? Are you going to take it all away, or are you just going to have a good season? Yeah, I'm not saying yes, it's a good season, right? It's a successful season. You're two of the last standing. But what I'm saying is, because this has been a labor of love for 4 years now, ever since Brunson got here, you want to win a championship or get a championship out of it.
Right. 100%. That's what the goal was.
That's all I'm saying. So if you fall short of the championship, just getting to the championship, knowing that your ability to sustain the level of play and the depth and the good and the talent that you have, it's going to start doing it in a way.
The things that you add up right now with this team, as well as they're playing, okay, the optimum amount of rest that they've had between each and every one of these series, for the most part, Mitchell Robinson's pinky notwithstanding, they are as healthy as you could possibly want to be going into the NBA Finals. You're taking on an opponent that is coming off of a 7-game slugfest, we would like to think, in this series. You know, add all this up into one little pot and stir it. Like, this is an ideal situation for this team when you're this close. And look, I know they say the last 4 are the hardest ones to get, but when you only need 4 more, you want to cash these chips in and get to the top of the mountain because you don't know when the chance is going to be this good for you again. Like, you might For example, let's say the Knicks go back to the conference finals or the NBA finals again next year. What if the path isn't as easy? What if they've had to play a lot more games? What if they're a lot more banged up, for example? And some of these key players, let's say, are playing way less than 100%. So that means that minimizes your chances of winning in the finals. Like, you can script this.
Brunson's ankle being hurt the year before.
Exactly.
Julius Randle being hurt. Mitchell Robinson and Embiid pulling his ankle, that injury. Like, OG's hamstring. Like, you know what I'm saying? You've been lucky, bruh.
And sometimes, you know what, luck plays into it too, right?
Sometimes better to be lucky than good.
Better to be lucky. I agree 1,000%. Sal's in Queens. He's next here on ESPN New York. What's up, Sal? How we doing?
What's going on, gentlemen? How you doing today?
Good, Sal.
I wanted to make 2 quick points. One, Bart, I called you up last week, and I told you about me and my girlfriend wearing the matching shirts after Game 3, and that we haven't
Did you wash
them,
them?
so I haven't
You
been
didn't wash
washing
them?
it. I still haven't washed mine. I found out, though, after we won, and that my girlfriend had washed hers twice, because she didn't realize that she wasn't supposed to. So hers is clean, but mine has still not been washed. So
you can keep it nasty.
I'm not washing it.
Yeah, you just don't. You just spray yours with some Febreze, and you let it be.
La 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 la.
100%. 100%. And the second point is, I just want to say, I know I'm not an NBA athlete or anything, and I love Mitchell Robinson. But I currently, right now, I'm at work. I have a broken middle finger on my left hand. I play in a men's rugby league, and I have my qualifying championship game tomorrow, and I'll be taping my finger up.
There
you go.
Rugby game.
Yeah.
So, I didn't have to get surgery. I just had a splint on it for the week, and now I'm going to play, put some tape on it. I think in the NBA Finals for a chance on a contract year to win a championship in New York, I don't think you'll even feel it. I think the middle finger is worse than the pinky.
Nah. So here's the thing. The middle finger is easier to buddy tape because you can go left or right. You can go double middle, or you can go middle finger to right or middle finger to left. You know what I'm saying?
Is that what the term is, buddy tape?
That is true.
Yeah, buddy tape. And then the problem, too, is because the pinky is short. So it's like hard to match it up because the knuckle almost matches up with the other knuckle. So it's like, I'm a guy that has, my knuckles aren't in place on my thumbs. And I have calcium deposits over my big finger, so I have a crooked finger that doesn't straighten out. The pinky can be, it's weirder because it's the smallest of all the pinkies. But, it's ways to buddy tape it. You know what I mean? Sometimes they have special devices and stuff that you go with. But you just want to be able to have the grip strength. And, he's just going to have to be able to catch it. If it's his right hand, it's going to be harder when he's on the right side because that's the dominant hand that you kind of catch with. When you go on your left side, you kind of have your left hand that kind of takes most of the energy from whatever pass that you get. But the thing is if I'm the opposing team, I'm chopping the hell out of that thing, baby. Yeah.
Well, not only
I'm swinging
that,
at the ball because you want to put him on the line anyway. So, like, you already want to foul him anyway. So now he got the ball. You get an opportunity to smack the hell out of the surgically repaired finger. Oh, I'm loving that. Barbecue chicken.
Sal,
yeah, I agree. And
Sal, where can we? Is there a place? Do you guys stream that game online or something? The Men's League Rugby Championship.
Rugby in the scrum.
Well, I could try to get you a VO stream. They have a drone that not really a drone, more like a still camera that follows around the ball. But I can get you a link to it. It's nothing professional or anything. Like I said, it's just men's rugby. But yeah,
are you savage? Are you savage? Are you coming through like LT? What's up?
Of course, Bart, of course. I should have been a running back. I missed my call, and we could have been on the Jets together.
You could have been like the next John Riggins or something like that.
If he dies, if he dies, he dies.
There you go. Sal, thanks for calling, man. Good luck in the
about rugby. Yeah, no problem.
Good luck in the rugby championship.
Yeah, he wanted to tell you something about rugby.
That's right. We know. That's
you
right. We're talking basketball. We don't need to know about rugby. Like he's sitting there, so I'll send you a link. Like I'm going to watch the thing. I mean, come on. I'm just trying to get
see, you offer. See, you can't be throwing out that false hope.
I was trying to be a nice guy.
He thought you were serious, and he thought you really was genuinely concerned. Sal thought you were genuinely concerned you was going to watch him.
Please, with all these extra Knick games and stuff we've had to keep our eyes on, I can't sit there and watch rugby.
You're going to have breaks in between.
Yeah, but it's summer now. We got stuff to do. Got to go outside. By the way, you know what Ronnie Lott would have done with this Mitchell Robinson situation,
just would have cut it off.
Just cut it off.
But that's the thing. Ronnie Lott didn't have the catch. He ain't catch interceptions. So, now Mitch can't catch because his finger's short.
Ronnie Lott, damn good player. Ronnie Lott, remember, was an all-pro corner before he made the switch to safety.
That's true, but that's when you could still run a 4.8.
Yeah, imagine Ronnie Lott playing in today's NFL. Just destroying people over the middle.
As far as talent, the people that did it both, I know Ronnie Lott and his interceptions and stuff like that and the way that he used to knock people out. Ronnie Lott, when you think about it, ask yourself, Ronnie Lott or Charles Woodson? Ronnie Lott, Rod Woodson. Who did both best? Yeah.
Rod Woodson did both longer. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like Ronnie Lott wasn't a corner that long.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Ronnie Lott was the most physical player, but the better athlete was the other two guys.
That's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
who would you take? Rod Woodson won the Super Bowl with the Ravens as a safety.
Right.
Went to the Super Bowl after tearing his knee up trying to tackle Barry Sanders as a corner.
Rod Woodson is supremely underrated. Like I even though he's an
people go straight to Charles. People go straight to Charles. Charles not better than Rod.
No, Rod Woodson was only I forgot like not even 10 years into the league, and he was on like the NFL's all-time 75th anniversary team in 1994.
Yeah.
Like that's how good he was. Like people forget, you know.
Steelers, Ravens, Niners.
100%. But no, Ronnie though, like in that era, he was perfect for that era when you could just lay dudes out and people feared going over the middle
and
if he was
overthrowing
waiting.
balls and stuff like that. But that's what I'm saying. For me, I'm taking Rod out of all the guys that have made the corner to safety type of thing.
I don't think you're wrong. I don't think, like I said, Rod, even it's weird to be underrated when you're in the Hall of Fame. I think he might be underrated.
He is, because he don't get brought up in the conversation. People bring up Charles Woodson way before they bring up Rod
Because
Woodson.
it's prisoner of the moment because he was more recent. That's why. 800-919-3776. That is the telephone number. A lot of people want to chime in. Let's say hi to Jose. He's in Connecticut. He's up next here on ESPN New York. What's up,
jinx,
Jose?
The jinx. It might have been you, Jose.
No, you're the jinx. You see, look, every time he calls, I call you. You bring it up. You're the jinx. Thanks a lot for Mitch. And that's what I want to call for, Bart, because you told all of us you were going to be a Knicks fan.
I
after
am.
The Pistons, and all you've been doing is
Whoa.
All you've been doing is hating.
Whoa.
Every time,
Bart, is that true? Are you hating?
Dan,
No,
Dan,
I've been bigging the Knicks up ever since the Pistons lost. I've been bigging the Knicks up, bro. I'm saying it, how important it is for them to win this championship because of what's pending in front of them.
Yeah, that's part of it. Let me explain why you're being a hater. First of all, you just said the Spurs regular season doesn't count, but when
I didn't say that. Dan said that. See, there you go.
No, Dan asked you. You said no. It doesn't matter.
I
So,
asked Dan.
Number two,
You forget the voices. I asked Dan.
And Dan, I got Dan right there. He'll be the one for all evidence. And then it's funny how when you talk about the Knicks' future, it's always negative. Y'all might not do this. Y'all can't do that. And everybody else, you can make that move. This move, the Knicks can re-sign Mitchell over the cap, and they can trade him for if they need to for more picks or depth.
But you don't have the player.
You're gonna. They got Leon Rose. Hold on, but they got Brunson and Leon Rose, so I can just do the same thing you do. Well, the Knicks are going to be good because we got our 5 starting 5. We got Leon Rose. We got Brunson. We can make moves. We can do this.
You can't make no moves.
Get better, but everybody else can.
Yeah, but Jose,
you can't make it. You can't make any moves.
Do you really think that's smart business going over the cap to keep Mitchell Robinson, who doesn't even start? Come on.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
I'm saying you could then trade him. No, you could sign him and trade them for more picks or whatever, so you can still make moves. Leon Rose can make moves, but
you don't have the flexibility. The Knicks. Yes, because the Knicks have made moves. No, Jose, the Knicks have made moves for the last 3 years. When they brought Bridges in, that was a move last year. The year before that, they brought in OG. Then they brought in Cat. Then they brought in Brunson. You run out of moves, bro. You can't. This ain't Monopoly. Like that. Why?
Rose, man,
hold on. Tell me this, Jose. For the most part, why is Carl Anthony Towns here? Do you know?
Because he's part of the family.
Rid of the Randall, and look at what happened.
No. See, you speaking with emotion. I'm speaking with facts. He's here because they were in the apron and they couldn't afford to keep him, Rudy Gobert, and Edwards. That's why he's here. So all of a sudden now the Knicks are going to find all this magical money.
I trust Leon. Nah. See how you get mad? My point is I trust Leon.
I'm not getting mad, brother. I'm saying they're out of moves, brother. Just like Golden State out of moves. Huh?
Let me ask you one question. So if you're not a hater, which you are, you have been all day, but if you're not a hater, tell me why all the haters call you. Like D.N. Queens, he stopped calling all the other shows. They even said it this morning. Where's D.N. Queens? He's the one calling you because you backed him up every time he called. You were like, yeah, you're right, my man. You're right. All you do is hate.
Somebody has to be rational. So Jose, who has the ability to make more moves? Right? Teams that haven't made their moves, that got young players. The starting 5 for the Knicks are all imports. None of them were drafted by their team. So
Remember,
when you do that, that means you already paid. You gave up assets for him, and you're giving up resources for salary cap space for him.
Let's be
right?
real.
So teams like Wemby, who's on his first contract, right? You don't think they got the ability to make more moves than the Knicks? You don't think OKC, because they haven't paid anybody, they're going to lose Hartenstein. They're going to lose Dort. Because now they having to start to pay their players.
To make moves, though.
I didn't say they can't make moves. I'm saying their core. I'm saying the team that
Leon Rose.
All right, good luck with that.
But Jose,
as long as you got Leon Rose and Brunson, you're good.
Jose, remember, and then thanks for the phone call. Jose, remember, what the Knicks are going to be doing here, okay? They're going to be making sure they shore up the margins, depth. Their core is set. Where's this core going? You know what I mean?
Right.
They're not
they have
looking
no more
to
moves.
tinker with it. Right. Like, for example, if the Knicks crashed out against the Atlanta Hawks when they were down 2-1 and we thought the sky was falling and, oh, my gosh, can you imagine if they lose to the Hawks?
They still couldn't do nothing.
But if that happened, then they would have exhausted every resource possible to make major moves in the summer. They would have made a hard push for Giannis. I don't know how it would have gotten done, but they would have explored every option. They would have looked under every single stone.
And here's the thing. If Brunson is eligible, he's going to get his money this offseason. You damn sure ain't going to be able to sign Mitchell back. Because you about to give Brunson his extension. The man that waited 2 years, took less money for 2 years. He's your best player. He's averaging 29 points in the playoffs as a Knick. You don't think he about to cash this Plinko chip in? How nice do you think this dude is?
But think about when the extension would actually kick in, though, right? It's not even if you rip this up and give him a new deal. There's still the existing years that are still on the contract, which the player option, I'm just looking at Brunson right now, the player option is not until the fall of 2028. So that's the next 2 seasons after this.
Right.
So that's like 3 years down the road before something else would potentially kick in if he gets a new extension. What's the state of the Knicks going to look like in 3 years? You're not worried about that now if you're a fan.
He's saying I'm hating because I said that's just facts. The Knicks have made their moves. Golden State have made their moves. Like, those dudes are stuck. That's why they're doing guys like Al Horford. They stuck with Jimmy Butler.
I'll be honest with you. And like, I keep it real with you. You know that. Like, if I would think you're hating, I'd say you're hating. I don't think you're hating today. I really don't think you are. I think you're playing it down the middle.
I'm saying you got to win this year because everybody else can make moves, and you stuck with the same core, and you're going to lose depth. You don't think Duke's going to try and cash in? You don't think he want to be a starter somewhere?
Here's the difference. You could sit here and be disappointed if the Knicks don't win this championship and don't win this series, but all I'm saying is that if you take a step back and look back on the run that this team has been on, they did a lot more good than bad to where I don't think that it's a failure of a season. Now, I don't know what their chances are going to be to win a title next year after that, but the situation that's in front of them right now is pretty damn good. It might not be any better. The only thing I'm saying is that there's still a lot of positive you take from this season if you don't find a way to win the next 4 games.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, but just imagine, like, the team that Bridges was on that went to the championship. Good season, right?
But look, you're in the finals. You're right. But remember, that was still like.
How did they feel the next year after that?
No, but you know what was kind of weird about that, though? Remember, that was still like kind of a COVID-ish time. Remember, it was the following summer. It was 2021. It was a weird season.
But they still had to break that thing up. Lost Chris Paul, got rid of Bridges. All that stuff happened, right? The Knicks are on that point where they got to say, man, how do we stretch some of these other dudes out? Like Josh Hart was sitting there, hey, I'm eligible. Cat like, yo, I'm eligible. I'm good for this team.
And you know what happens? This is in any sport, by the way. And I know we got to take a break. We'll get to it. But in any sport, when you win,
I want my money.
Thank you. Every guy, even if they're a role player, even if they're the sixth man, whatever it is, they're looking in the mirror, or they got their agent or their boys or somebody in their ear saying, you know what? You're undervalued. You played more of a role on that team than they're giving you credit for. It's time for you to get paid. And that's what's going to be filling their head, and that's when you lead to all these problems.
When Josh Hart starts sounding like Draymond, Mike Brown's holding my offensive prowess down.
Right. When those Tommy John underwear commercials start drying up for Josh Hart, and maybe he don't get the endorsements he wants, he'll be like, you know what, I got to get paid on my day job. That's what's going to happen. 800-919-3776. Dan and Bart, we're coming right back here on ESPN New York.
The New York Knicks, the NBA Finals.
You know who the face of the NBA is? Right here in New York. Jalen Brunson, baby. He's the face of New York. We deserve this. Bring them all on. Let's go, boys.
I haven't even slept yet, so I don't even know if it's sunk in.
They are locked in. They're healthy. They are rested, but they are the team that's going to be the underdog in the final. I love it. Go New York. Go New York. Go.
NBA Finals Game 1 coverage begins Wednesday night at 7 on 880 and the ESPN New York app.
FanDuel is giving you better payouts on same-game parlays all NBA playoffs long. With more ways to build and more value every time you play, you can stack your picks your way for every game, every matchup, and every moment. From spreads to player points to threes and more, build it all into one same-game parlay and go for bigger payouts. So if you're betting same-game parlays this NBA postseason, bet them on FanDuel. More options, better payouts, all NBA playoffs long. Head to FanDuel.com/local to get started. FanDuel is giving you better payouts on same-game parlays all NBA playoffs long. With more ways to build and more value every time you play, you can stack your picks your way for every game, every matchup, and every moment. From spreads to player points to threes and more, build it all into one same-game parlay and go for bigger payouts. FanDuel, an official partner of the NBA. Play your game. 21 plus and physically present in New York. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
If you think a new central air conditioning system is out of your budget, think again. Slomin's is here to change the game with their preseason super sale. They're now offering cutting-edge 18-SEER 2026 refrigerant-compliant R45 4B systems expertly installed by their certified technicians, all at the lowest prices of the year. That's right. Get started with 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 18 months. Plus, they're including a comprehensive service plan for 5 years, including annual system checks, filter replacement, and refrigerant to keep your AC running smoothly all summer long. Call Slomin's today at 516-932-7000 for your free estimate. But hurry, these cool savings won't last. That's 516-932-7000 or visit ac.slomans.com. 18-month promo period, no payment, no interest, and no down payment offer. The offer is available through a third-party bank. On approved credit, interest is waived if loan is repaid in full during the same as cash period. Terms and conditions apply.
The New York City Department of Correction offers countless career opportunities, from specialized units to leadership roles that support public safety and change lives for the better. It starts with one step: registering for the New York City Correction Officer exam. Earn over $109,000 after just 5.5 years. Benefits on day one, job security, pension at any age after 22 years of service. Go to nyc.gov/joinDOC or search Join DOC. One career, many opportunities. Registration ends today. Take the test.
This is Dan, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
This whole season has been about getting back to this point. Now, was it a broken road? Yes, of course it was. But all along, they knew the edict was, we've got to get back to this point because that's where we should have been last year. So they're just where they should be right now. And I feel the same exact way.
Dan, Hahn, and Rosenberg. Weekdays at 3 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text AREA to 42424 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text AREA to 42424. That's AREA to 42424.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
All right, it's time for game time. Brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, it's Tully time. Baseball's back tonight. 7:10 Metsies trying to make it 2 in a row. Don't get crazy now. They host the Marlins. Coverage begins right here on 880 ESPN New York starting at 6:30. Yanks, their road trip will head out west. They're going to Sacramento. They're taking on the plucky A's for a 3-game series at the old minor league ballpark. That'll be a 9:40 tonight. And that is game time, brought to you by Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey. During today's action, glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. Let's get back to the phones and let us say hi to our pal David and Elizabeth. We'll try him again. He's on ESPN New York. Dave, how are you?
What up, fellas? What up? What up?
There he
Let's
is.
get
What's up,
straight
Dave?
into it, man. Same old, same old. So you guys already know I'm going to go to Jetland because, NBA ain't doing too much. But before we get into Jetland, I do want to say I want to agree with Bart. You are right. Michael Jeffrey Jordan definitely did push off. Michael Jeffrey Jordan did do a lot of things that they should have called. But you're not calling it on the MVP. You're not calling it on the all-time great because he's the GOAT. And not for nothing, you're right. You got to earn those calls. And it's tough because, we see Shea, and, he is a really good player, but we don't like his game because it's like he bases everything off, I'm going to go here and I'm going to draw a foul. Or I'm going to come here and they got to call foul because I'm MVP. And it's annoying already. The difference between, I would say, Jordan, Kobe, and, the guys of today doing it is that, at least Jordan and Kobe, they danced on you, embarrassed you, and, they got the call. But they scored on you, though. And
they
there's nothing you can do about
too.
it.
Yeah, play through contact.
That's the big one, yeah.
Exactly. But these guys, they're just looking for the contact already, and they're looking, he already called it, so that's why I missed the shot. No, Jordan and Kobe at least still scored on you, and then they called it like, dog, you hit his elbow right there. Instant replay shows it.
But if I had to rank
you high-fived him.
If I had to rank them, like the most, like I would say Shea first, James Harden second.
Mm-hmm.
But, man, then I go to Brunson does a lot of it too, though.
What about LeBron?
He does.
Yeah, LeBron too, man.
I mean, my God. LeBron's the founding
what's
father
crazy?
of
Hollywood
flopping.
Hahn. You know what's crazy? Hollywood Hahn called him out the other day on that. Like, LeBron was doing it too for a while, and then they started destroying him on social media. Like, that's all you do now. And he stopped doing it. And not for nothing, Hahn is right about that. So, look, real quick before you guys let me go, who do you guys think is going to make a big impact either on the offensive side or the defensive side of the ball, now that we got OTA starting with our Jets? Because I'm really excited about D'Angelo Ponds, and I'm excited about Sadiq, too, once he comes off his injury. What do you guys think?
Yeah, a lot of people have been saying that Ponds looks good, his quickness and his ability.
They had him playing on the inside yesterday, even though he's going to play both.
Yeah, but that's what I'm trying to figure out because Bromley played at a high level in the slot. So,
but the penalties mounted with him, though. That's what I think they're a little leery of.
Yeah, but he's a playmaker. He's a tone guy. He's an energy guy.
He's a pit bull.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, you don't trade for him to say, okay, I don't have a role for you now. So, do you put Ponds on the outside because he can play on the outside and let Bromley live in the inside? Or do you say, okay, Bromley, maybe you can go on the outside, but, you talk about the foot speed. It's a whole big deal with that as well.
You know what we were talking about yesterday when I was out there with a couple dudes, and you'll see this on the field, like once everything at the corner position, like a basketball team all of a sudden. You know that? Brandon Stevens is not small.
Right.
The kid they signed from the Bears, what's his name?
Nick, it starts with an N.
Right.
Nashawn
Wright. He's 6-something. Whatchamacallit? What do I keep leaving out here?
But I do tell you what, like they gonna win. Like last year,
A.Z. Thomas is Arie Thomas. He's also like a big
he's like
corner.
6'3".
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying.
He's
like all of a
taller than
sudden
me.
they got like big corners now. All of a sudden, I was like, geez, this is like when you played when Crow was over there or whatever.
Yeah, Crow and Reeve and who else do we have?
Well, you had little
Drew Croman was little Drew
slot
Croman.
guy. Yeah,
little Drew,
number 30.
Yeah, Strickland for a year. But the thing is like as well. Like I'm excited to see that this defensive line is so massive now.
Yep,
1,000%. Right, the kid from Florida State, Sweat. You got Phillips. Like this, like now they look intimidating coming off the. I mean, I'm used to like looking at like Puha and Jenkins in front of me. You know what I'm saying?
No, they're massive up front. I mean, obviously, Tavondre Sweat, who they got in the Johnson trade from Tennessee, is big. You forgot Onyemata, who they signed. Remember the free agent?
Yep.
Harrison,
he's slender, though.
Yeah. Harrison
big.
Phillips, though, is, he's a body. Darryl Jackson.
Briggs is a little fat dude, a little fat bebop.
Yeah, and he got some pass rush ability, as we saw. You're right. I mean, so that to me, and look, it's super, super early. Super early. Like, this isn't even like real football yet.
Yeah.
But the defense looks like it's going to be better. I mean, you would hope with all the changes they made, right?
One thing that concerns you is safety.
Well, it's Minka and who?
Right. I mean, I'm surprised that they brought Cisco back. Like, Cisco going to be the dime linebacker for sub?
Here's why. And here's why that's so important. Because Minka, and I don't know how they plan on playing him, but
better
remember,
free.
But Minka, though, remember, last year with the Dolphins, he played almost like in the box, for crying out loud, a lot of the times. That's why he didn't have a lot of interceptions. And remember who was the defensive coordinator now, who was with him in Miami last year? Dutcher. So if Minka's going to be roaming, and if they're going to play him close to the line, that means whoever's back there, if it's Cisco, if it's Dane Belton, who they signed from the Giants, I don't know if it's going to be Malachi, but he's still here. Like, somebody's going to have to really be on their cues, because if Minka's
going to be air traffic controller, yeah.
Exactly, because if Minka's going to be roaming around, somebody else has to watch, the backyard, if you know what I'm saying.
As you get a little older, like Minka is starting to get up there, it seems like he's been around forever, but he hasn't, because he got traded. He demanded a trade from Miami early on, went into the office like, man, I got to get me out of here. And, they granted his wishes, and then he went to Pittsburgh for so long. I feel like he was in Pittsburgh for 5-6 years, then went back to Miami. Like, when you start getting to that age, we talk about Charles Woodson, Rod Woodson, you start maybe using him as a rover type of guy, around the box, Kyle Hamilton type of player, so he can use his instincts, as he may not have the ability to get off the hashes like he used to. You want to kind of have him involved in most of the action. So, like, that means that it's important. That's why, I'm still looking at this, and I mean this maybe for the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
Tyreek Hill may not be the worst thing in the world for the Giants. I mean, they need to be able to get somebody that can get Dart some easy plays. And, I know Slayton's supposed to be that, but he hasn't been that. And I'm concerned about this Malik Neighbors injury. Like, 2 surgeries. Like, you see Patrick Mahomes back on the court, throwing and participating in everything, even though he's not cutting yet, but he's throwing and handing the ball off and going through the offense. And for Neighbors to have a second one, he had an early knee injury, like almost 3 months after, before Patrick Mahomes.
Concerning.
Super concerning.
It's concerning. Here's all I'll say about that with Tyreek Hill. I don't know if it's for the Giants or whatever. Whoever is going to roll the dice on him, make it a 1-year deal, because if it's a 1-year deal, he'll be on his best behavior.
Correct.
You're going to get a guy who's motivated, who knows that he has to play well, be on his best behavior if he wants to get paid again in the offseason. Just like, let's face it, just like Santonio was in 2010. Right? He was suspended for the first 4 games, but then when he played, he was obviously a productive player, won how many games, and he was on his best behavior.
And you got Harbaugh. I'm telling you, a guy like Deebo Samuel is a hardball type of guy. A guy like DeAndre Hopkins, he had him last year. I think he knows what that's all about. But for Dart to have his development, for things to go the way that it needs to go for Dart, you got to be able to get easy completions and easy ways to move the ball.
I'm trying to think, is Deebo healthy?
Yeah, he is. He's supposed to be. And you got Stephon Diggs too, who went for over 1,000 last year. So out of those guys, like, the fact that they didn't address that they should have known what Neighbors' health condition was, the fact that they decided to go linebacker, suggests to me that they believed that he was going to be okay. So the fact that he has his second surgery because he couldn't straighten his leg is concerning, because they let good receivers, drop off the board. They had the opportunity with 2 picks in the first top 10 to set the board and do whatever they wanted. They could have got the best receiver.
Well, they waited till what, the second round, the kid from Notre Dame, right? Third round, Malachi Fields. And he's he's a power forward.
You're not asking for nothing from a third-year guy.
He's a power forward. He's not a guy who's a home run hitter for you. He's more of a big body possession guy, which is fine. Calvin Austin, nice player, but he's not the home run hitter that's going to replace Malik Neighbors' productivity. That's why they're knocking on the door and they're flirting with Odell. And I don't know.
That is
Dude, I don't get it.
So you're going to flirt with Odell when you got guys like Debo, Stephon Diggs, who went to the Super Bowl and won and had over 1,000 yards received. You're going to flirt with somebody who didn't even play last year?
It doesn't make any sense to me.
Because you saw him in the Olympic trials? Like, come on, man.
Yeah, that ain't the answer. That ain't the way. 800-919-3776 is the telephone number. We'll get into the football a little bit more next hour, but still, Knicks calls when we return. It's Dan and Bart here on ESPN New York.
Calling all Hoops fans. Are you ready for the NBA playoffs? Get in on the action throughout basketball's most exciting time of the year with BetMGM, an authorized gaming operator of the NBA. From same-game parlays to live bets, you can call your shot during any play. Rooting for your favorite players? You'll find all sorts of markets for betting on any star's performance on any given night of the playoffs. Don't miss a single highlight or buzzer-beating shot by getting all your picks in with BetMGM. Ready to shoot your shot? Download the app today. Make your bets and experience the thrill of the NBA playoffs like never before. BetMGM. Make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York only. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards vary and expire in 7 days. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
The Garden waited.
I think of the fans. They are just the best fans and the most loyal, and they've been through so much.
New York waited.
The 27-year wait is over. They will play for the Larry O'Brien Trophy.
The finals are here.
They haven't just been good. They haven't just been dominant. The Knicks have been completely unstoppable.
This is your home for the Eastern Conference champion New York Knicks and the NBA Finals. This is ESPN New York.
Big events are bringing more riders across the region. So if you're taking New Jersey Transit for everyday trips, plan ahead. Check schedules, allow extra time, and consider traveling outside of peak hours when you can. New Jersey Transit is running additional service to help keep everyone moving. But a little planning goes a long way. Stay aware, be courteous, and ride smart. New Jersey Transit, keeping your day on track. Plan your trip at njtransit.com.
Partner with Amazon Hub Delivery to earn extra revenue for your business with your business. Assist with local Amazon deliveries and get paid for each package you deliver. When you become a partner, you and your staff will deliver packages to customers in your area on a schedule that works for you. You'll gain extra revenue, increase exposure for your business, and connect with your neighbors. Plus, it's easy to get started with no delivery experience, long-term contracts, or startup costs required. If you're interested in learning more, visit Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. That's Amazon.com/HUB Delivery.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
John, what are you doing? Get in my car. Why are you walking to work?
Thanks, man. It's these insanely high gas prices. They are draining my bank account. I can't afford to drive anymore.
Dude, don't walk. Just do what I do, because I never pay full price for gas anymore. I use the free Upside app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait, you're telling me you get paid cash when you buy gas with the Upside app?
Yes, I get real cash back every time I buy gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code SMART for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's promo code SMART. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, to PayPal, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code SMART for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code SMART.
For the first time since 1999, the Knicks are headed to the NBA Finals.
And the 27-year wait is over. They will play for the Larry O'Brien Trophy, 4 wins away from an NBA championship.
This group got tighter
and more accountable as the days got closer to June.
Thanks to all our New York Knicks partners this season, including Verizon, ThriveWell Infusion, BetMGM, and London Jewelers on ESPN New York.
All right, Dan and Bart, ESPN New York on this Friday. Remember, we're rolling until 1 o'clock today. The Knicks, the topic of conversation, as you would expect. Game number 7 coming up mañana between the Spurs and the Thunder. The winner gets the big, bad Knickerbockers in the NBA Finals. Let's say hi to Lou. He's calling from New Jersey. Lou, what's going on, man?
Hey, what's going on, fellas? So first of all, I want to give a shout-out to Jose from Connecticut for calling out Bart for being a hater. That's exactly what I'm calling.
Well, they're coming out today for you, man.
Knicks stuff, you're not going to do this. You're not going to do that. Yo, bro, we on the run right now. How can you say our core is locked in, right? Our core is locked in for the next 3-4 years. How can we not go on the run right now? We made it to the Eastern Conference last year. We made it again this year. Why can't we go for 2 more years? All we got to do is revamp the bench. And we ain't know Leon Rose know how to do that.
That's so easy to do.
Got Brunson and Tidd.
Okay.
And you're talking about injuries. So by injuries, we're not gonna get hurt no more because we ain't playing our guys 45 minutes a game.
Okay.
We're running 10-man rotation. Listen, New York Radio and everything. They can't do this. And Wemby that, bro. Stop being a hater.
Okay.
We beat the Pistons. We beat the Cavs. We beat Boston and the Sixers. Who else you want to beat? The Pacers. They next.
When did you beat?
When they get healthy, and we go on the run again.
You're right. This is don't take advantage of now. No sense of urgency. It's great to be here. You're right.
No, we have to win. We have to win right now. We have to win.
So I thought that's all I've said.
But you saying we're not going on the run.
So you think
we went 2 years in a row to Eastern Conference Finals?
So that means your window has been open for how long? How long does windows stay open? Like so you in a 5-year window. So you're saying you're going to have a 7. You're saying you're going to have a 7 to 8 year window. All right, good luck with that. All right, good luck with that.
We're going to win this shit.
Good luck with that.
We're going to win the next 2 shits, and then we're going to have to blow it up.
Good luck. Good luck with that. Good luck with that.
Lou, thanks. Guys.
Good luck with that.
Let me bring you back. Okay, and nobody would love to see them win a championship more than me. But Bart, it's funny to me how, and look, I understand the way the team is playing right now. That's giving these fans a lot of confidence. They should be confident. But how can you be sitting here and like Lou, he's talking about winning this championship, and then they win the next 2. Wait a second. You haven't won one yet. 1973 was the last one, and now all of a sudden you're rolling off 2-3 in a row? You haven't even gotten the first one yet.
Bro, but he's saying we got the next 2 windows. Like Boston isn't going to be back. Like, remember, Boston played without their best player for the majority of the year. But no, you're right.
And let's not forget last. And I see now it sounds like I'm being a hater, but I'm just trying to inject some reality into this and to pump the brakes a little bit. Remember last year, if you want to lump all these seasons together, why are you taking a bow last year losing in the conference finals? Correct me if I'm wrong, Bart. Didn't the Knicks have home court advantage, and weren't they the favorite in that conference finals last year against Indiana?
Yeah, absolutely.
Did it not cost the head coach's job?
The double bounce.
Right? Did it not cost the head coach's job, a guy who restored credibility to this franchise? So it's not like we're sitting here, it's like, should we raise a banner because they went to the Eastern Conference Finals last year and lost on the bounce? Should we raise the banner because they won the NBA Cup? Nobody cares about that stuff. What are you doing here and now? Do you think anybody cares? For example, up in Boston. Anybody care up in Boston that they had this great season this year when nobody expected them to, and then Jason Tatum
Coach of the Year,
and Jason Tatum came back, but then they choked on their own you-know-what, up 3-1 in the first round and lost a Game 7 at home? You think anybody cares about that up in Boston? No, because they're judged by championships. All the Yankee fans for the last 15 years, 16 years, however long it's been since they won a World Series. Do you care that you made it to the ALCS a couple times or you made the playoffs every year? No, it's championship or bust. Don't be taking bows that you're in the NBA Finals.
No, this is normal place. Nothing bad can happen, right? Remember when we thought this was the Jokic era, and after he won a championship, they'll be there every year. Remember when we thought that?
Yeah, when's that next one coming?
Yeah. What about when we had the Greek Freak era, right? When it was like, oh, they got Dame Dollar, they back. Like so all of a sudden it's like, okay, this is our run, and I'm hating because I'm saying they need to win now because next year it's going to be more difficult. You've been relatively healthy. Jalen Brunson hasn't been injured. Cat hasn't had any major injuries. You hadn't had to deal with anything like Boston had to deal with. You hadn't deal with anything that the Pacers had to deal with. But okay, I'm hating because I said, hey, listen, you guys don't have the ability and the flexibility to make moves like some of the other teams because they haven't made any moves yet.
All we're saying is the opportunity that's in front of this team over the next 2 weeks, you may not see an opportunity this good in your lifetime.
Yeah, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens if Pat Riley gets Giannis.
And bringing up all this other stuff, like, that this team has done over the last couple of years, like last year, I mean, don't even bring that into the – one has nothing to do with the other. You know what you sound like? If you're going to come up and bring up last year and all these other things, Bart, you know what you sound like? You sound like Kenny Atkinson with the analytic lead in the series, the analytical lead in the series, or the analytical champions.
Technically, the Knicks won last series. It just didn't happen like that.
Right.
But this is what I'm saying, though. All I'm saying is –
the double doink was not analytically friendly to the Knicks last year.
Right.
So technically the Knicks
he should have
won
missed that shot. He should have missed that shot.
Right.
See, but that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is other teams, like the Knicks, have made their moves, their major moves. They got no man. Remember, for a long time, we was like, man, when is the Knicks going to make a move and use their assets for a star? And they did. And they did it for Karl Anthony Towns. And before a month ago, that was a controversial take.
Right. Think about it. Like before Towns and Bridges, the first group, the team that lost to the Heat in the playoffs, right, in the second round because everybody got hurt, they made the trade for Josh Hart, middle of the season. They signed Dante DiVincenzo. They made the first real big splashy move. Forget about like Jalen Brunson signing. We know that. But remember the one, what was it, around the holidays, trading R.J. Barrett, Emmanuel quickly to Toronto for OG Anunoby. Right? So we had that team. Josh Hart was there. Julius Randle was still here. Jalen Brunson. And that team got injured. They crashed out in the playoffs. And then what did they end up doing? Then they signed Dante DiVincenzo. They then trade for Mikal Bridges and give up 5 first-round picks. Then they Bridges came afterwards. But they brought in Dante DiVincenzo. They made another run next year. They crashed out in the second round against the Indiana Pacers, right, where everybody got hurt in that Game 7. So then, okay, next summer, 5 first-round picks for Mikal Bridges. Then they make the blockbuster with Julius Randle and DiVincenzo to Minnesota for Karl Anthony Towns. So they've made a lot of moves.
That's what I'm saying. They got no more major moves that they can make. They can make minor moves. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, other teams haven't made their major moves. Like I said, just ask yourself this. Think about this, Knicks fans. Every one of your starters is an import. No development. Mitchell Robinson is only one of the very few people on your team that you actually drafted. Like, that's not sustainable. And I just gave you an example using myself.
They're going to have to – they have the flexibility, if they need to retool around the margins. So we're talking about depth. But you know what? Let's see what happens in this series.
That's all I'm saying. I'm saying you better win now because it's going to only get – this is your best chance because it gets more difficult next year because you think Halliburton's going to be back. You think Tatum and what if they say, okay, well, Jaylen Brown, you want your own team? Go to Milwaukee. We'll take Giannis. It's teams got moves, man.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, wherever the Knicks are going to be good. They're going to be one of the contenders next year, regardless of what happens in the finals.
But good teams lose all the time. Just look in football. Look at 100%. Buffalo. Look at Buffalo. Look at the Ravens. Like, they thought they were going to be there. Hey, we got MVPs and we should be winning. Sometimes you make it out of the first round. Sometimes you get disappointed.
I think the best example that you could give basketball-wise, you just said it about 5 minutes ago, Denver and Nikola Jokic. They haven't been back to the finals since winning that championship. And we thought that was the beginning of how many titles for him, right? And one of the best coaches in the league, so we thought he got fired. And then this other guy, Adam, and I don't know how much longer he's going to have the job either, but think about it. We could be on to like our third coach with the Nuggets. Players have come and gone, and I know that injuries have played a factor too, and Jokic is great, and he's the best player in the world and all these other things.
And they changed out stars, right? Got rid of Porter, brought in Gordon. Gordon gets hurt. Like, bruh.
And you still haven't been back to the finals. You win 11 games in a row, and you've been sitting there with your feet up, a week off between each of the last two rounds, it's a golden opportunity. And that's why you got to cash in. I don't care who the other team is. I don't care if it's OKC in their championship and SGA with the MVPs. I don't care who it is. This is a golden chance for you to win a title. All right, quick timeout. We come back. Power Hour up next. It is Dan. It is Bart. It's ESPN New York.
The New York Knicks. The NBA Finals. Finally.
And the New York Knicks are on their way to the NBA Finals. For the first time since 1999, the Knicks are Eastern Conference champions.
This is your home for the Eastern Conference champion New York Knicks and the NBA Finals. This is ESPN New York.
This is your reminder to check in daily because every day during the NBA playoffs, FanDuel is serving up a happy hour. We're talking special drops you won't want to miss, from profit boosts to bonus bets and more. Check for a new reward every single day of the NBA playoffs and don't miss your shot to get a little extra out of the action. This is your reminder to check in daily because every day during the NBA playoffs, FanDuel is serving up a happy hour. We're talking special drops you won't want to miss, from profit boosts to bonus bets and more. Check for a new reward every single day of the NBA playoffs and don't miss your shot to get a little extra out of the action. Head to FanDuel.com/local to get started. 21 and over, physically present in New York, opt-in required. Rewards are non-withdrawable. Restrictions apply, including bonus and token expiration. Leg requirements and max wager amount. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-OPEN-WIDE or text OPEN-WIDE 467-369.
This is your home for the Eastern Conference champion New York Knicks and the NBA Finals. WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
Hi, this is Chevy, managing partner at Precision Solar. If you're looking at solar in New York, New Jersey, or Connecticut, here's what actually matters. Real numbers, honest answers, and a team that handles everything. We manage the entire process from start to finish. Designs, approvals, installation, and even a brand new roof if you need one. We don't sell you more than your home actually needs. Just smart systems designed for long-term savings and predictable energy costs. Visit PrecisionSolar.com to schedule your free home assessment. Precision Solar, built to perform for decades.
The New York City Department of Correction offers countless career opportunities, from specialized units to leadership roles that support public safety and change lives for the better. It starts with one step: registering for the New York City Correction Officer exam. Earn over $109,000 after just 5.5 years. Benefits on day one, job security, pension at any age after 22 years of service. Go to nyc.gov/joinDOC or search Join DOC. One career, many opportunities. Registration ends today. Take the test.
Bundling your home and auto with Progressive could help you save without sacrificing quality. It's the smart thing to do. And as a hockey fan, you always know the smart thing to do.
Shoot the puck!
And you let the players know it.
Shoot the puck!
All game.
Shoot it! Come on, shoot!
And sometimes even after.
Man, rough game, huh?
Yeah, they should have shot the puck.
So bundle your home and auto with Progressive. It's the smart thing to do. But you already knew that. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Evan Cohen here. In life, as in sports, the pros make it look easy. That's why pro golfers like Jason Day, Ben Griffin, and Patton Kazire trust the pros in lawn care. True Green. They have the experience and expertise to give you a lawn worthy of the PGA Tour. And since True Green does the work for you, you get more free time, or more tee times. So stop stressing over your lawn and start loving it. Sign up now at TrueGreen.com because nobody makes it easier to get a golf course quality lawn than True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour.
This is Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
This whole season has been about getting back to this point. Now,
Hour 3 on this jam-packed Friday. Bart and Carlin on ESPN New York. It's Dan and Bart. Just afternoon on the 29th of May. Knicks headed to the NBA Finals. They'll begin on Wednesday at a site still to be determined. Could be Oklahoma City, could be San Antonio. We'll find out tomorrow evening as they play a Game 7 to cap off the Western Conference Finals. But it is hour number 3. It is the 12 o'clock hour. And Bart, we're going to turn things over to our good friend because the people want him, the people request him, and so they get themselves, to close out the week, the one and only Thomas Arthur Bauer for the Power Hour!
He's starting to let them giblets drop a little bit, son. All right.
That wasn't bad.
Baby. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's letting his giblets drop a little bit. We've been practicing on it all week. You know what I'm saying?
Wasn't bad. Not
Controlling
terrible.
his breaths.
Not the worst. Now, here's something, the information that was provided to me during the commercial break. I heard you had some surgery earlier in the week.
Yeah, but just like Mitch Robinson, I played through it. You know what I'm saying?
You played through it to an extent, but it's too much to power hour is what I heard.
Yeah, it's too much vibrations, you know what I'm saying, because it's coming from the diaphragm when I'm going to that hour, you know what I'm saying? So, it's all good. We kept it gangster, you know what I'm saying? Time, you know what I'm saying? Footprints. It's during the times when there was only one set of footprints in the sand that time carried my ass, you know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you, dog.
So you had some little tooth extraction.
Yeah, I had my wisdom tooth taken out, you know what I mean?
Just one?
Well, two.
Two.
Right, because you take the bottom one out, you got to take the top one out. So I got my second cavity in my life, and it just so happened to be in my wisdom tooth, and it was in the back, which was disappointing for me because I'm telling myself, the wisdom tooth is only about 19 years old. You know what I'm saying? It's been living underground like a cicada.
Later arrival, yeah.
Yeah, it was living underground like a cicada. You know what I'm saying? And it popped up like 20 years ago. You know what I'm saying? And like so. How you gonna be one of the ones that break down faster when the other one's been standing strong for over 40 years? You know what I'm saying?
Were they impacted, either one?
No. It was just what happened. You mean like did they grow on cricket? They were out and living and
that's what I mean. Like
life.
so they were through the gum. They weren't impacted.
They were part of my daily chew. You know what I'm saying?
So then those are at least easier to take out then.
Yeah.
Because
exactly.
if they have to go digging through the gum, that's when you get into problems.
Nah. They ain't have to go digging there. You know what I mean? They just pulled it out, you know what I'm saying? But, I came back the next day, you know what I'm saying? Less than 24 hours, I was back at it, baby.
I got all four of mine out in one sitting.
Yeah.
I think I was like 20. But they weren't impacted, so it was cool. But I'll remember, I think I got it. It was a Monday morning.
You got some tuna fish stuck in there?
No, Wednesday. Okay. So 2 days later?
Yeah.
Your boy was already eating pizza.
Yeah. I mean, I ate
with
the first
four wisdom teeth out.
Yeah, I mean, like, because if they're not impacted, then it wasn't hurting, so it was no infection, it was no antibiotics or nothing before that. Like, I don't think I've been trying to feel around back there. I don't think he put stitches in.
He had to have.
I don't feel them. Maybe they internal because I don't feel no strings. I remember the first time I did, the big thing was like make sure you floss because you can get stuck underneath there and you don't want to get no infection and just get something closed up. Nah, man.
Well, I don't think there would be like a string like blowing in your mouth like they do it to where like.
When I had mine, I don't know if I had the cheap insurance. I don't feel no sutures. I don't feel nothing.
Nothing, really? What are you, like Terminator? Like you just like regenerate or whatever? Like liquid metal?
I told my blood clog.
You say, hey, you see these holes? Close them up.
Clog up.
We ain't having any of this.
Now, punk.
They give you any medication? Like what? So you feel like loopy after you take it for the pain?
No, the crazy part is they didn't give me no good. No, I'm thinking like, hey, my insurance this. I've been off the NFL Cigna. I've been on the Disney Cigna. I don't know, man. Like I'm used to perks, Oxycontin, stuff like that. I don't even know what the name of this pain medicine they gave me. I think they gave me some African vitamin. Like Tylenol 1 or something, you know what I'm saying? Tylenol 2.
African vitamins for wisdom teeth? I never heard that prescribed before.
I'm just thinking they might as well give me some Ambisol because they ain't got no kick to it.
Yeah,
but you know what I'm saying? I got a high pain tolerance, so I only took it for like 1 day.
The stuff that they give you after that, at least you feel like nice and loopy afterwards.
Yeah,
and it knocks you the hell out too.
See, I don't like that. See, like this is the thing. Like they people always assume because I'm bigger. That they should give me more anesthesia because I told him to put me to sleep. He was like, oh, I can give you laughing guy. Bro, I do not want to see your big-ass knuckles in my mouth like yanking and pulling. I don't want – the visual just going to make me spaz out feeling the pressure. You know what I'm saying? Put me to sleep so I don't know what the hell you're doing to me. You know what I'm saying?
The tooth extraction's not fun. I mean, when they sit there and start like, with those pliers, then they start feel like you feel like they're pulling it out or whatever. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. That's why I told him to put me to sleep, bro. I didn't like, bro, because I'm going to start panicking because I'm feeling pressure. You know what I'm saying? So just put me to sleep. Let me know what happened after the fact. So, they gave it to me, and like my son's making fun of me because he came to pick me up and he's taking pictures. He tried to take pictures. Like, sorry, sir, no pictures. But he's trying to do that because I made fun of him when he get it. But, like, I can't take a lot of, like, you tell me, hey, count to 10. I count to 2, and I'm out. Like, I respond because I'm not a drug addict. Never have been. You know what I'm saying? Not a weed smoker, none of that stuff. So, like, when you give me stuff like that, my body's like, all right, it's time to go to sleep.
Right, it shuts down because it's not used to it.
Yeah, I can't fight it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not used to being under the influence of nothing. So, like it was tough for them to, like, walk me back to the car with my son. You know what I mean? And then as soon as he got me up the stairs, and I fell straight to sleep, like, for like 3 hours. After they woke me up.
That's what happened after I had the colonoscopy. Like, they had to, like, walk me to the car because I was out of it still.
I tell you what, I felt violated, man. I was, you know what I'm saying, because I never had nothing in there before. You know what I'm saying? And you want to expound on that at all? I was sore.
People get the impression.
Yeah, I don't play them games. Yeah. Never have. You know what I'm saying?
Pause.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, I was sore for like 2 days. I thought, like, man, bro, what did this dude do to me? You
2 days? Really?
I was sore. Like, I could feel something went in the wrong direction.
And what did they say?
Nothing. They was like, oh, it's just normal. Like, bro, like, hey, man.
I just wanted to go back to sleep.
You got to use the small gauge wire on me, the small gauge camera. Like, you know, man.
They busted out the tripod tight. And everything.
Bro, we tight. We tight, baby. I don't need that Cat 5 up me, baby. You know what I'm saying? I'm tight as a whistle, baby. You know what I'm saying?
I just remember it was great sleep, and I was like almost annoyed. Like when I had to get up, I was like, oh, let me just go back to sleep. Like, because they knock you. I mean, that stuff. That's like the Michael Jackson stuff.
And the only reason I got it early is because of Brian Custard. Only reason I got it early. Because he got colon cancer at like 40, and he kept telling me, like, man, you gotta get checked out, man. And like, it wasn't even time for me to get checked out. He's like, man, you gotta go early. And I'm like, man, let me stop.
No, but that's good to go early, and that's a good PSA for everybody out there too.
Yeah, man. But I couldn't look a man in his eyes for like a month.
Well,
I just looked down. I had no confidence in myself. I'm like, man, I felt violated, man. I was about to go to a Me Too rally.
Well, something happened wrong with you, but it shouldn't stop anybody else from going out there and doing what they're supposed to do. But like I said, you did the right thing.
Well, you got yours. You went back and said you needed another one. Just you wanted to double check.
No, I'm good. They told me I'm good for I forgot how many years. I said thank you very much. I remember I went home and I ate like I'd never eaten before. Because obviously like there's nothing in you. So
yeah, how was it the day before? Like, cause like my mom, like when they used to do it back in the day, you used to have to drink this nasty drink. Like, yeah, for me, they gave me pills. I had to take pills, like 2 pills, like every half an hour.
No, mine was like the it was like the powder or whatever, and then I forgot what it was called.
Well, they got some new stuff.
Yeah, over-the-counter stuff. But I mixed it with. They said I could mix it with Gatorade, so I was just drinking a bunch of like. It tasted fine.
Oh wow! No, they gave you the drink. They gave me pills. I popped like 30 pills.
No, I was
in a certain amount of time.
I had to do the drink like every. You know what the hardest part was for me was like. Doing the drink like every half hour, whatever it was that they tell you.
Yeah.
The hardest part for me, no joke, was staying awake because like I was getting tired because you do it
take
for so
a long
many.
time to prep.
Hell yeah! So
but then you get no electrolytes because it's pushing it out of you. Like
exactly.
You're going poopsies. Tom, listen, you don't have to worry about none of this, man. Right now, all you have to do is look left and cough.
That's all you got to do.
Yeah, he at that stage of his life. He just looked left and cough, hold his little dingleberries.
But it's really not that bad. I mean, obviously, it's an inconvenience more than anything else, like with the prep and everything, but it's not that bad. It's not as bad as people make it out to be.
I remember one time I was telling him that I wanted to go I had to go set it up, and he thought I was telling him to check my prostate. He put a glove on. I was like, whoa. Hey, man.
Time out.
Put that lube up, brother. You misunderstood me.
So there's your health PSA.
Shout out Dr. Bart, man. Yeah, but you would put the fingers in my butt.
Oh, boy. Knicks, in case you're just joining us, in case you haven't been paying attention to the news since last night, Mitchell Robinson, broken right pinky, had surgery earlier this week. Timetable still TBA, TBD. He's got to play. He's got to play in Game 1 of the NBA Finals coming up on Wednesday. Is he going to be limited in some way? Not being able to have the full access
he won't be able
to
shoot three-pointers and free throws.
Exactly.
Oh, my bad. He couldn't do that anghway. What if it fixes his free throws?
He will be out there. He will be out there.
But what if it, because it's broken, it forced him to shoot off his index finger better, and he started hitting like 90%?
Blessing in disguise. He uncovered something, right? That'd be fantastic.
I mean, he can't shoot worse.
Shoot him
the broken
underhand.
finger. Yeah, I'm saying the broken finger can't shoot worse, so maybe it improves it.
What was Rick Barry's lifetime free throw percentage? It had to be over 90.
80, like 85.
I think he was over 90. He was fantastic, and he was shooting him underhand. You know what? Whatever floats your boat, whatever gets
it's so much easier. People don't realize even when you go to these, fairs and stuff, shooting underhand because the ball has less energy. So it's like it dies better and it bounces more action. Like when you shoot it overhand, you put it with a rotation that makes it go more energy. So it got to be a better shot.
Rick Barry was 89% from the line, so there you go. If Mitch is anything close to 89%.
See, but he ain't got the confidence in his life. That's like not a macho thing to do.
Think about it. That's another dimension that could unlock his game to where when he goes onto the open market, for example, and wants to get paid, there's something else he could throw out there.
Like Mitch, man, you're a liability. You can't close out games, so we're gonna give you less. No.
Or some other team.
Check this out. Put me on the line. Call the people. Like, what if he shoot free throws for everybody that he got a new free throw thing? Like, hey, man, like, I'm good.
Yeah, and
Put
he's
a
going to
clause
start
in
shooting
my contract.
He's like, I got this. I can shoot him blindfolded now. Forget about it. I got you. Let's get back to the phones. A lot of people want to chime in on the Knicks, and why the heck wouldn't you want to? 800-919-3776. Let us say hi to Andre, who's in Lyndhurst, up next here on ESPN New York. What's up, Andre?
Hey, what's going on, Grasso? What's going on, Bart?
What up, Gigi
Bart's
Dre?
a legend, man. I can't believe I'm on the phone with him, man. I'm a diehard Jets fan. But the real thing here is, man, I've been a Knicks fan since I was 7. I'm with Bart on this one, man. Don't play with your food, man. I'm 35 years old right now, man. And I go back to the days of us drafting Michael Sweetney, Jordan Hill, after Curry, and after before DeRozan. So I've been through the darkness, man. And Knicks fans, this is the reason we haven't won in 53 years, because Knicks fans want to celebrate like we accomplished something. We haven't accomplished nothing. We need 4 more wins. So for those fans calling in and saying, oh, we did it, going on social media saying we the champs, calm it down, brother. We need 4 more wins. I'm with Bart, man. If we don't win, it's a failure. It took us 27 years to get back here, man. And I'm a Jets fan, man, so I've been through the pain, brother.
Yeah, man.
The only team that brings happiness to my life is the Yankees.
Yeah, I pray
I've
for
been
you,
through the pain. Bart, you was the last person to bring happiness to me, man. No homo. No more. But
I pray for
thank you for that, but I'm with Bart, man. I'm with Bart. We got to win, brother.
Here's the thing, Andre. Thanks a lot for the phone call. Look,
we got to say no Diddy. We can't say the other one.
No, say no Diddy. Well, so here's the thing. If you don't get this done, it's going to be disappointing. You're not going to feel good.
It's going to be heartbreaking.
It's going to be heartbreaking. But in a month, in a couple, whatever, you're going to be able to look back on this and say, like, damn, that was a hell of a run. The run that they took this team, the fans on, the city on, it was special.
Last year was fun, but nobody was happy the way it ended.
Well, because
just because you go one spot further, here's the thing, man. For as much as we want to talk about the parity in the NBA, it is the usual suspects. Now, we talked about this earlier in the year. If you go back from 1980 to now, what is that, 50 to 46 years?
46 years.
46 years. If you go 46 years of basketball, I guarantee you it's only been, at best, 13 different champions, organizations. The 80s, 10 years, only had 4 champions.
Sixers, Lakers, Celtics,
Pistons.
and Pistons.
The 90s, Jordan won 6. Akeem won 2. And I forget who won in between that. But Spurs, right? It was the beginning of the Spurs thing. So you have 3. So you have 4 and 3 different organizations in the 80s and 90s. That to the party.
Not a lot.
Right. That's the Celtics, the Pistons, the Bulls, the Lakers. It's only, 5 different teams, right?
And then you go into the next decade and you have, Golden State, Cleveland.
Right. Miami.
Right. Miami won in 2006. Let's not forget Miami won in 2006. That's right.
So how many different teams is that?
Dallas won one in the second decade, remember? So you throw Dallas in there. It's
Denver?
not a lot.
So Denver?
Right. You're probably looking at less than half the NBA.
No. How many different teams, organizations?
Well, no, like when you add them up, that's what I'm saying. It's probably not even 15.
Right. I'm saying so like a lot of that, I'm saying it's less than 10. Less than 10 organizations have won a championship in 46 years. I'm not saying different teams. I'm saying different organizations. Right. It's either the Spurs, the Pistons, the Bulls, the Lakers, the Celtics, and you throw in the Mavs, Milwaukee, Golden State. We're like the new people to the party. How many teams is that?
I have 10-4. Broke all the records at a time when it was impossible to throw the ball compared to how it is now. Threw for over 5,000 yards, 48 touchdowns, whatever it was. Oh, they lost to Joe Montana and the powerhouse Niners in 84. Second year in the league. He'll be back. MVP of the league. He'll be back. Guy played 15 more years. Never went back.
Never got close. I don't even think he ever got to an AFC Championship.
They got to 1, and they lost to the Bills at home. The one of the years the Bills had the 4 straight, and they lost the game at home to the Bills in the championship game, 92, I believe. So it's hard. This situation, look, before the playoffs started, before the season started, Bart, if we sat here, if we hosted like a town hall with Knicks fans, like the most diehard, passionate Knicks fans, and we said to them, all right, we're going to go to the board, and we're going to write down your ideal dream scenario for the Knicks of how you want the season and the playoffs to unfold or whatever. We wrote all this stuff on the board. It would pretty much duplicate what we've seen already throughout this Eastern Conference run. Like, you couldn't script this any better.
Yeah. Give me Cleveland. I don't want to have to face Detroit or Boston.
And you didn't have to face Detroit or Boston, the 2 teams you feared the most. Or at least we thought were going to be the toughest matchups.
Yeah. And somebody did your work for you.
Now you got to cash in. Let's say hi to Lenny in Brooklyn, if I can move the mouse. Up next here on ESPN New York. What's up, Lenny?
Hey, what's up, man? Good evening, man. Good afternoon. Hey, this call is for Bart.
Mm-hmm.
You said the Knicks went to the easy Eastern Conference. How about OKC? They only beat Phoenix and Lakers with a whole ass LeBron. What's up with that?
You're totally right. Like listen, I'm not arguing with that, but now they're being tested in the Eastern Conference, in the Western Conference Finals. So if you want to say who had the tougher path, you're going to have to say that that they did. Right? They went against the team that had beat them before. But this is also a team that has won a championship already, so they have that experience. So the Knicks are rested. And listen, I never want you to apologize for winning. And who wouldn't want to take the path of least resistance? I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is when they face the game 1, it's going to be something that they've never seen before. And I'm happy that they've been able to get an easy road because they should be rested as possible. That's why the Mitch Robinson thing is so disappointing because it seemed like everything was going your way. Like, when did you hurt your finger? And you know that he's going to be more important in this series than he was in all the ones before because of their bigs.
I was saying, my dad ever saying, even coaches ever saying, the ball is round. It could bounce anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not even luck.
No, it's not luck.
Rasheed Wallace also say ball don't lie.
We beat San Antonio twice in the season. San Antonio beat OKC 4 times.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but Lenny, don't worry about the regular season. Seriously, the regular season means nothing. It means
what did the regular season mean last year when y'all faced when Knicks played Boston? Nothing.
Exactly. By the way, and if you want to talk about the beat San Antonio for the NBA Cup or whatever, you know who else was in the Final Four for the NBA Cup? The Orlando Magic. Who cares?
Right.
That means absolutely nothing. Right. This is a completely different Knicks team. Remember the Knicks, like I said earlier in the show, the Knicks did not beat the Cleveland Cavaliers after they traded for James Harden during the season. And they got walloped. The thing that you like about the Knicks is that forget about the fact they're winning, Bart. They're leaving little doubt.
Yeah,
they're annihilating teams.
That's what I'm saying. They're killer instinct. They didn't play with their food, not once.
Not once. And, I mean, that's the thing. You could sweep teams. You can make quick work, whatever. They're not just sweeping teams. These closeout games, they're beating them by 30 or 40. Jalen Brunson's not even playing in the 4th quarter of these closeout games, or the other starters.
Yeah, we also talked about Jalen Brunson wins. I got him passing Patrick Ewing already
on the all-time Knick.
Yep, Mount Rushmore
hierarchy.
Yep.
All right, let's talk about that when we return. Plus your calls 800-919-3776. I got to think about that one for a second. It's Dan and Bart right here on ESPN New York.
Friday with Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. How concerning is Mitchell Robinson's broken finger?
You just want to be able to secure the ball on rebounds defensively and be active. The thing is with the hand, it's like, reaching in the cookie jar, blocking shots. If that's his right hand, that's your active hand, your dominant hand.
Who do you want to face in the finals if you're the Knicks?
It's a really good team no matter who we're going to play, so just trying to focus on us and what we're going to do to be better.
Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg today at 3 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Calling all Hoops fans, are you ready for the NBA playoffs? Get in on the action throughout basketball's most exciting time of the year with BetMGM, an authorized gaming operator of the NBA. From same-game parlays to live bets, you can call your shot during any play. Rooting for your favorite players? You'll find all sorts of markets for betting on any star's performance on any given night of the playoffs. Don't miss a single highlight or buzzer-beating shot by getting all your picks in with BetMGM. Ready to shoot your shot? Download the app today. Make your bets and experience the thrill of the NBA playoffs like never before. BetMGM. Make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York only. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards vary and expire in 7 days. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
You've been stuck inside all winter. Now it's time to get back out walking, working, and living. But if you have joint pain, sciatica, back pain, and still holding you back, you don't have to live like that. I'm Bart Scott, and Dr. J. Shaw at Samwell Pain is the real deal. Ivy League trained, double board certified with non-surgical treatments that get real results. No cuts. No downtime, no pain medication, just a smart, targeted approach to get you moving again. Same day or next day appointments are available. Go to SamwellPain.com. Don't let pain vent you this spring.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever, meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets. So go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
From your neighborhood stop to the city and back, New Jersey Transit keeps your day moving. Reliable, convenient, and ready when you are. We're on this ride together. So keep aisles clear, use headphones, and be mindful of fellow riders. Small actions make a big difference, especially during travel times. New Jersey Transit. Ride together, ride better. Plan your trip at njtransit.com.
Rich Eisen here. Running a small business means every hire matters. A bad hire costs time and money, but the right one helps your business grow. The challenge? Finding that person without sorting through resumes. That's where LinkedIn Hiring Pro comes in. It screens candidates so you can focus on conversations with qualified talent. With Hiring Pro, you can hire with confidence and build the team you need. Join the 2.7 million small businesses using LinkedIn to hire. Get started by posting your job for free at linkedin.com/Eisen. Terms and conditions apply. In a world in need of a hero, one man rises to the challenge in style. He is just driving the kids to soccer practice. Make every day feel epic in an all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid with up to an EPA-estimated 619 miles of range on select trims, advanced tech, and class-leading interior space. Because when you're hauling kids, gear, snacks, and backpacks, space matters. And so does comfort. Just make sure they keep their cleats off the seats. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for details.
All right, Dan and Bart, ESPN New York on this Friday. Remember, we're going till 1 o'clock. Then it's the K Show right here on ESPN 880. So right before the break, you said that in your mind, you think that Brunson has already eclipsed Patrick Ewing?
If he wins the title.
If he wins. Okay, I thought you meant up until this point. If he wins the title. I can't disagree with you. I can't disagree with you at all.
He closed the deal.
And unfortunately, that's the case.
And he'll be, only in the modern era, not since Isaiah Thomas, because you can't say Kyrie because he had LeBron.
Right.
To be the best player under 6'2", to win a championship and be the best player on the team. Chris Paul couldn't get it done. Dame Dollar couldn't get it done. You know, a lot of little guys couldn't get it done, man.
Iverson couldn't get it done?
Iverson couldn't get it done.
No, you're right. 1,000%. Yeah, if he wins look, If he wins a championship, if this team wins a championship, let's face it, a lot of these guys are going to be elevated a lot higher than maybe they probably should be, just caught up in the hype and the euphoria of winning a championship and what it means to this city, because it hasn't happened in, over 50 years.
Nobody has seen it. If you're 50 or younger, you've never seen the Knicks win a title. That's crazy. It's half the population.
I think a lot of people have seen, I'm sure 94 is kind of fresh, and certainly 99. To me, there was a difference between 94 and 99. 94 was more Jordan was finally out of the way. Once they got past Indiana and won that Game 7, once they got to the finals, and look, I know that you had Hakeem and the Rockets, but that was winnable. You know what I mean? Like, you thought, okay, Jordan's gone. We finally got there. Now it's ours.
Yes.
Right? And they couldn't close the deal. Game 7, the awful John Stark shooting performance. Enough's been said about that. 99, and that was a weird year in 99 because it was a shortened season coming off of the lockout. But that was an 8 seed going into the playoffs. Talented, but remember, they were up and down during the regular season. They had that thriller against Miami in round 1, the Allen Houston shot, and then they just caught fire the rest of the way. You know what I mean? And they were playing their best at the most opportune time, but they just ran into a buzzsaw with the Spurs, and that was like the beginning of
the dynasty.
Baby Tim Duncan.
Tim Duncan, yeah.
Still with David Robinson. Sean Elliott was still on that team, playing good.
Was Mario Ellie on that team?
He might have been. No. Mario Ellie might have been on. Was he still on the Rockets then? I'm trying to remember. He got there eventually at some point. But Avery Johnson.
The Admiral.
Avery was the point guard. And, Pop had a lot more hair on his head then.
Yeah, but that's what I was talking about, man. Like, listen, it's only been so many champions, man. It's crazy. It's only been 10 organizations. Did we come up with a final number?
Yeah, Ray had it. What did you have, Ray?
I'll have to recount. I believe it's 16 since 1980.
Did you say 16
No,
or 15?
16 different teams, organizations?
Yes.
Yeah, 16.
Who's all these ones and stuff that we got?
Well, what do you mean? Like, I rattle them off to you.
Because you got eight from the Lakers alone.
Lakers, Boston.
So between them, you got 3. Between the Pistons, you got 3.
Philadelphia. San Antonio.
That's 5.
Miami.
That's 3.
Chicago.
That's 6.
Milwaukee.
That's 1.
Golden State.
That's 4.
Who are the other ones we're missing? I don't remember where I started writing.
The Nuggets?
Denver. There you go. That's 1.
I just counted
Toronto.
15.
Toronto.
It's
I forgot
15.
Toronto.
15 different organizations since 1980.
Got you. That's less than half the league.
There's only been 20 organizations to win the Super Bowl.
Wow.
And since 1980, it's 18.
Well, what are we counting the Baltimore Colts? Because they don't technically exist anymore.
We're putting them with the Ravens.
Yeah, but the Ravens won a Super Bowl.
That means we got to put the Ravens with Cleveland.
They're Indianapolis.
So you're just taking Baltimore Colts, making them the Indianapolis Colts.
Right.
Because Indianapolis won a Super Bowl, too, in their own right. That was an awful game, by the way. Colts-Bears in the rain down in Miami. The best part about the game was Prince at halftime.
Yeah, you lied. Like is that the no? That's not the Saints. But I tell you what. But my point is, 15 organizations have won a championship in 46 years,
and a lot. The more to that number in the last, let's say, 20. You know what I mean? Where the parity has been a little bit more.
And the Knicks are none of them.
And the Knicks are none of them. No, because we're not doing this exercise back to 73, not to the 70s. You know, so it's been a minute, and not only that. Let's be real. Like, when have they been close?
Yeah, the Knicks let Toronto come get a chip.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they had Kawhi. Think about the ultimate rental. That was Kawhi that year in 2019. He knew he got traded over there. He knew he was going to be there for 1 year only, and he goes out there and he wins him a championship.
If Kawhi ever wins another title, we're going to have to start talking about him in a different way, too. I thought when he went to the Clippers, if he'd have got one with Toronto, never first in Canadian history, got one with the Spurs, but then got one with the Clippers, he'd have had to go down. Like, that's the whole thing. Like, people always try and confuse, like, hey, this is the LeBron era. Well, I say LeBron isn't better than Jordan because everybody ate during the LeBron era. He ain't stopped nobody from eating.
You know what's the funny thing about the Clippers? Like, we talk about their inability to win and all this other stuff. You know what's crazy, though? Let me pull up the exact number for you. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 12. Do you know the Clippers have the current longest active streak of consecutive winning seasons in the NBA? You wouldn't think that. Like, they would be the team, but they're the team.
They've been spending a lot of money from Lob City to the Kawhi era.
15 straight winning seasons for the Clippers, over 500. And that's the longest streak in the NBA currently.
Is that before or after they got rid of the Sterling?
2011. Okay. I think he was still owning the team. He owned the team then. Yeah, because Vinny Del Negro was the coach. And remember, Doc was the coach when the whole Sterling thing happened.
Right.
Off the top of your head, who's got the longest current streak in the NFL winning seasons? Not that I was surprised by the team. I was surprised at the number. I thought the number would be bigger.
Current team that has the longest streak. Buffalo's been winning for Josh.
You got it.
Yeah, the Josh era.
But think about it. It's only since, I think, 2019, which is not a hell of a long time. Like, you would think, well, remember, you would say like a team like Kansas City, but Kansas City had the off year last year, so that ended. You know what I mean? But so Buffalo, I think it's only like 7 straight seasons.
That's because Josh Allen never gets hurt. So,
but nobody else. Like, think about that. 7 years is not asking a lot. We're not talking about like 15 or 12. That's 7.
Yeah, I would have thought it would have been like maybe 10, but I thought it would have been tied to a particular player, though.
You know, the Ravens had that one year, like with Harbaugh, they were just 500 or whatever it was.
Yeah, every once in a while, they have a bad year.
Pittsburgh, they had 500 seasons, but they weren't winning seasons, so like they didn't count. Let's say hi to JB in Brooklyn, who's up next here on ESPN New York. What's up, JB?
JB Bickerstaff?
JB Bickerstaff.
Hey, how you doing, gentlemen?
What's up, JB?
Good.
Long time listener, first time caller, man. Listen, I listen I'm looking at it like this, gentlemen. Let's get through the season before we start talking about who's going to be on a different team and longevity. And, boy, I wish Colin was here because you have to put about $100 in that jar today, man. I can't take no more attention.
Yeah, we didn't put
my boy, man.
We didn't put the jar out today.
I didn't say much about that. I didn't say much about T2. I was talking about the Spurs and the OKC.
Now, JB, I'm guilty of the one because remember I asked because I hadn't talked to Bart in a while since Detroit was ousted, so I had to ask him, what are his thoughts, how he's processing it all. So I'm responsible.
I get that, Dan. I listen to you in the evenings also. But listen, Bart, you adopted to the city. You a brother to me, man. But I need to enjoy this, my brother. The city is buzzing, and I just want to say, man, we could beat anybody. You have to play the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
To me, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who wins. I just need us to put up the effort because it's hard to get to the finals. Period. It's hard.
You should know.
So I need us to lock in and get right to it, man.
This is a mature
group.
group.
Wanted to call. Yes. And I felt this way when the Giants won in 2007. Everybody was against us. But, you're not going to beat Tom Brady. You have to play the game. So I just got faith for my team. I want the city to lock in. And Bart, you know what I mean? I love you, brother. I love you, Dan.
Bro, I want to be down 7-5 acting up, man. I want to be acting up because the city going to be lit. So that means summertime, rooftops going to be lit. You know what I'm saying? I'm for it. I want the Knicks to get to bring it home, man.
It's the best case scenario that's happened. We got at least 2 more weeks of this stuff and maybe even more. If they win it, the celebration is going to last the entire summer.
Do you know what I would have to be talking about if the Knicks was out of the playoffs? I'd be talking about OTAs and the Mets.
OTAs.
And the Mets.
The best thing I said the other day to somebody, and they were on the floor, because it's true. Like, the best thing the Mets have going for them are the Knicks.
Exactly.
Mets should send a fruit basket
That's why they share the same colors. You know
100%. It's no coincidence. But, no, you're right. I mean, and I say this all the time. the best to me, and I'm thinking back to, being a fan or whatever, if you're ever in a situation with one of your teams in the playoffs that you go make a deep run and you have the affordability to just put your feet up, relax, not even have to sweat out any games and watch other teams beat each other up to see who you're going to play next, that is the most rewarding thing in the world as a fan. And guess what? The Knicks fan has been able to do that for, the last 2-3 rounds in these playoffs? And now you're getting ready for the NBA Finals and you have a week before you got to step out onto the court? Like, you should be having a party every single day.
Yeah, because if I'm the Knicks, I'm sending coaching staff to the games. I want to see it in real life. I want to do advanced scouting. I'm in
they're
the
doing
building.
that. They got 3 rows of assistant coaches. They got to do something. They all aren't just sitting around in a room. Like they've got like 15 assistants. They better send them out on the road.
But I'm talking about sending some big dogs out there.
They should.
We're doing some advanced scouting. I want to know, hey, what does it feel like to be in the hotel? Like, which hotels are the best? Like what's the time difference like? What's the, you know what I mean? The Knicks have had so much time off. They could go to both cities and kind of scout the cities and scout the teams, like do deep dives on players and the personnel. Like that's what I'm doing. Like during this time, we would have been sitting there giving out scouting reports, talking about weaknesses and being there. So when we play them, we know the game plan for certain players that we may not have a lot of familiarity with because we don't play against them a lot because they're in the Western Conference.
I'm sure they're doing that. They've had the time to be able to sit there and map out scenarios. If we play Oklahoma City, what's going to work? If we play San Antonio, what's going to work? And that's why when you have all this much time off, like it allows you the chance to do these things, which, hey, don't apologize for it.
Just make sure that they don't come out with that same energy they had against the Cavs. Because this is a different beast.
Well, let's see if being on the road, if that's going to maybe spring him into high gear a little bit. We'll see. None of that complacency from being on your home floor. Let's say hi to Subi in Midtown up next here on ESPN New York. Subi, how are you?
Knicks in 4 with Ty Butlers, and then Knicks in 4 with DiPietro and Rothenberg for the next round. I think Knicks in 5 for the finals. Now, does the entire starting lineup get retired? Their numbers retired, or use only like 4 or 3 players? And then is Landry Shamet part of that retirement if he really steps up and is like a Bruce Bowen? Because Bruce Bowen has his number retired with the Spurs, and he was a role player. Did Landry Shamet get his number retired too?
Well, Bruce Bowen's there for like 3 to 5 championships.
Yeah, and Bruce Bowen was, his reputation, he was considered, one of the best defensive players in the NBA. He was a pest. But
he was a Zur Thompson with a corner pocket 3-pointer.
Exactly.
They say, man, go stick your ass in the corner, and when we throw it to you, just shoot it.
Landry Shamet, he's played this role perfectly for this team. But I mean, think about where Landry Shamet was, before the season. Like we didn't know if he'd even be in the league this year.
Right. How much money is other teams going to give Landry Shamet?
Was he on a non-guaranteed contract? If I'm not mistaken, he was the last guy basically to make the team out of camp this year. And look, credit to the Knicks and credit to Landry Shamet because you know what? He stepped up and game 1 against Cleveland. Think about that too. Like, I don't think they're losing the series, but how much different is that series if the Knicks don't beat Cleveland in game 1? Because sometimes game 1, game 1s could go a long way towards obviously like being like the X factors in a series. Like if the Knicks don't come from behind and beat the Cavs in game 1 and basically like steal their soul, how many games is this series going?
Right.
And it was Landry's shot. Right, that tied the game.
Exactly.
And he hasn't been able to miss since.
But that's a guy that's like, it's all about role players and guys who do certain things. It's still a guy that you may lose.
And that's been the strength of this team during this run, is that on any given night it's somebody else. And that's what makes them so dangerous. All right, quick timeout. When we come back, Bart's going to give us the feel-good moment of the week, and we're going to close things out on the phones as well. Dan and Bart till 1. Then it's the K-Show right here on ESPN New York.
The New York Knicks, the NBA Finals.
You know who the face of the NBA is? Right here in New York. Jalen Brunson, baby. He's the face of New York. We deserve this. Bring them all on. Let's go, boys.
I haven't even slept yet, so I don't even know if it's sunk in.
They are locked in. They're healthy. They are rested, but they are the team that's going to be the underdog in the final. I love it.
Go, New York. Go, New York. Go.
NBA Finals Game 1 coverage begins Wednesday night at 7 on 880 and the ESPN New York app.
If you're heading into summer without a medical emergency kit, you're taking a risk most people don't think about until it's too late. Summer colds linger and can turn into sinus infections that last for weeks. Getting sick right now before vacation can derail everything. And when you're traveling, finding a doctor and pharmacy is stressful. That's why I ordered a medical emergency kit. It's like having urgent care and a pharmacy right at home. It includes essential prescriptions like amoxicillin and generic Z-Pak to treat a wide range of common and serious illnesses. So if you wake up sick at home or on the road, you already have what you need. No waiting for your doctor, no hours at urgent care, no pharmacy lines, no copays. Just match your symptoms to the right prescription in your guidebook or call their telemedicine doctor standing by. Start on your meds sooner and feel better faster. Every home needs at least one medical emergency kit. Order yours online in minutes and it's shipped to your door. And save $45 with my promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880. That's promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880.
FanDuel is giving you better payouts on same-game parlays all NBA playoffs long, with more ways to build and more value every time you play. You can stack your picks your way for every game, every matchup, and every moment. From spreads to player points to threes and more, build it all into one same-game parlay and go for bigger payouts. So if you're betting same-game parlays this NBA postseason, bet them on FanDuel. More options, better payouts, all NBA playoffs long. Head to FanDuel.com/local to get started. FanDuel is giving you better payouts on same-game parlays all NBA playoffs long, with more ways to build and more value every time you play. You can stack your picks your way for every game, every matchup, and every moment. From spreads to player points to threes and more, build it all into one same-game parlay and go for bigger payouts. FanDuel, an official partner of the NBA. Play your game. Must be 21 and older and physically present in New York. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467369.
The New York City Department of Correction offers countless career opportunities, from specialized units to leadership roles that support public safety and change lives for the better. It starts with one step: registering for the New York City Correction Officer exam. Earn over $109,000 after just 5.5 years. Benefits on day one, job security, pension at any age after 22 years of service. Go to nyc.gov/joinDOC or search Join DOC. One career, many opportunities. Registration ends today. Take the test.
It's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a timeout to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. Right now, Pella Windows and Doors of New Jersey is offering up to 25% off windows and doors and 0% financing for 24 months. Some restrictions may apply. See store for details. Offer ends May 31st, 2026.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
For the first time since 1999, the Knicks are headed to the NBA Finals.
And the 27-year wait is over. They will play for the Larry O'Brien Trophy. 4 wins away from an NBA championship.
This group got tighter and more accountable as the days got closer to June.
Thanks to all our New York Knicks partners this season, including ZipRecruiter, Amazon Hub Delivery, Princeton Jeep, and Food Bazaar on ESPN New York.
Yeah. Finally made it to Friday, baby. And it ain't like last week. We got some sunshine and rainbows. 2 feet 5. Just got paid. Friday night. Party's jumping. Feel alright. Booty shaking. Dance to the beat. Oh, yeah. The Knicks gonna win. 'Cause we don't got a damn game. Watch OKC. Beat in the brain. Back in Wemby. Push him to the ground. Shea Gilly. Flop downtown. Yes! Ooh, we went to the other part. Protect the mirror looking fly, baby.
I like you were able to extend the San Antonio, Oklahoma City game over I don't know, it was 6 lines or something like that, but you really dragged that out. That was pretty good.
Yeah, man. It's flopping Wimby. We got flopping Shea Gilly. We got uncomposed Slender Man. All that going on, man. And then this brings up something else. Because guess what else it brings up?
You got to tell me what.
It brings up the Samwell feel-good moment of the week. Hit my
Every
drop.
Friday with Bart and Carlin, we highlight the feel-good moment of the week.
How
Presented by
could
the
it
Samwell
not?
Institute for Pain Management.
Listen, it's time for the Samwell feel-good moment of the week, brought to you by our friends at Samwell Institute for Pain Management. And how can it not be the stress-free weekend that we get to have? See, the people in OKC, the people in San Antonio, stressed out. We get to sit back, relax, eat our popcorn, as T.O. can say, get your popcorn ready, and watch this slubber knocker goes out, the most anticipated or the most stressful thing in all of sports, Game 7, and the Knicks don't have to deal with that because they took care of their business. They did not play with their food. So the calm before the storm. As Knicks fans, we get to sit back, relax, knowing that we have earned our ticket, our Willy Wonka golden ticket to the championship with an opportunity where one team wins, one team loses, but your odds are 50-50. That's all you can ask for in professional sports. And so I'm excited as a Knicks fan. I get to enjoy my weekend. I get to watch basketball, but I don't have to have any stress. I don't have to punch no TVs. I can watch with other people because I don't really care who wins, because whoever wins, we're coming to bring some of that smoke, you know what I'm saying, from the concrete jungle. You know what I'm saying? Mitchell Robinson, we don't care about it. Shoot it up. Buddy, tape it. You good, B. You ain't even got to worry about that, dog. Just grab them boards, and maybe, just maybe, it's fixed your shot. So hopefully we get a blessing in disguise. So once again, that's the feel-good moment of the month, man. How else could it be anything else? You know, the moment of the month brought to you by our great friends at Samwell Institute for Pain Management for a pain-free life. And I understand, Mitch, it ain't pain-free, but, man, sometimes to get where you got to go through some stuff, and it's going to be part of the story once you're holding up that trophy, baby. For the pain-free life, visit SamwellPain.com today, baby.
Love it. Feel-good moment of the week from Samwell. It's our guy Bart, and of course, it's got to be the Knicks. All right, so we got the game tomorrow. We've talked about this pretty much nonstop for 3 hours. I'll ask you right now. You're down to your last dollar, your last cent. Who's winning that game tomorrow?
I'm going OKC, the champions. Like Rudy T says, you can never doubt the heart of a champion. They're going to have an opportunity to go home and feel good. They set down their players. They knew it was over with. Let's see if those role players from San Antonio can hit those shots. Defining moment for Wemby.
It's funny, and I agree with you, right? I agree with you, champions, all that stuff. But we've kind of resorted to those things now a couple of times already in these playoffs. And I fell for the trap, too. Round 1, I didn't think there was any way in hell that Philadelphia was going to win a Game 7 in Boston. They did, right? I know they're not champs, but I didn't think Cleveland was going to be able to win a Game 7 in your building.
Yep.
They did. So, point being, if we're just going to chalk this up to OKC because they've got a home court advantage, be careful with that.
I'm chalking it up because they're the champions.
I'm with you.
They have
I
the
am
two-time
too.
MVP.
I'm with you as well. But I'm just saying, a lot of this, though, if the game was in San Antonio tomorrow, I think that some of us probably would lean a little bit more generously towards San Antonio.
Yeah, the crazy thing is it's been a ebb and flow, right? San Antonio comes out, wins, then OKC checks them. So, like, we just watched, San Antonio win, so now it's time for it to swing back the other way.
You know what's crazy about this whole postseason, like around the NBA? Just when we think we've got it all figured out, we don't. And the only constant that there's been in these playoffs pretty much for the last 3 weeks, it's been the Knicks just rolling over everybody. Right? Like, think about it. And that's the thing. If you're a Knicks fan,
yep,
and you try to look ahead to next week and to once this finals gets underway and how you're going to fare, remember, they didn't have any issues. They've just been bludgeoning people. And I know it's the Eastern Conference. You're going to tell me that it's weak and all that other stuff. I get it, but they're not just
early.
They're not just winning. They're annihilating teams. And if you really are a champion and a superpower and the best team and all that stuff, shouldn't you be doing that to inferior teams? You should be rolling over them.
Correctamundo. Once they figured it out, what they learned from, what's his name, Snyder, what they learned from Snyder in Atlanta, Mike Brown said it forced them to make adjustments for them to change. They changed, and the changes worked.
That's the key, right? That's the big difference here. You're not just winning. You're thumping these teams. It's going to get harder. Whoever you're going to play, it's going to be more challenging, as it should. And you know what? Part of me, I think, if you're a Knicks fan, even though we think San Antonio's the better matchup, if it is the Thunder that you're going to be facing, guess what? Don't you want to beat the champs, right? To be the best, you got to beat the best.
All right, Ric Flair.
Right? You want to be the best, you got to beat the best.
Woo!
And we'll see if they get there. Coming up on Wednesday night, and we'll see where the Knicks are taking a plane ride, if it's either to Texas or to Oklahoma City. That is going to do it for us here on this Friday. I want to thank Ray. I want to thank Tom. They were outstanding. I want to thank everybody who called. A lot of callers today. A lot of listeners, tweets, all those things. We appreciate the hell out of you. Bart, have a great weekend, my friend, all right?
You too, Brody.
That is Bart. I'm Dan. We'll talk to you again on Monday. Michael's next here on ESPN New York.
Friday with Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. How concerning is Mitchell Robinson's broken finger?
You just want to be able to secure the ball on rebounds defensively and be active. The thing is, with the hand, it's like, reaching in the cookie jar, blocking shots. If that's his right hand, that's